It's Monday. Oh God, Friday seems so far away.
Yes.
Here I'm trapped in this office to stay. I feel like crap, 'cause it's Monday.
Uh-huh.
Hoo, 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 hoo.
All right.
17, you should be scared of me, 'cause you could go to jail if you sleep with me.
Increíble.
If I'm free, you'll end up prisoning.
She looks 25, but she's just a teen.
Perfect teen, I bet my legs are free. Daddy called the cops last night. My breasts are perfect, just me, because I've had surgery. None of my skirts reach my knees. My butt just hangs right out
Rectum.
of my shorts.
She's underage.
Chill face.
Looks 25. You should be scared of her.
Scared of me?
That Rolling Stones brand made her look dynamite. What a sight. She's looking mighty fine. She looks 25, but she's just a teen.
Instead of a day of mourning, it's a day of celebration for every heterosexual male on the face of the earth, because Britney got married, but the good news is she got it annulled.
Oh!
Like almost immediately. She just had a little bit too much to drink. A little drinky poo here, another little drinky poo there.
Again?
Again, she has a problem. Maybe she is hanging out with the Bush girls. Maybe she's hanging it out with them.
That ain't no problem.
Anyway, here's the New York Post with a great picture. Did you check it out on the web?
No.
You should right now.
Go.
NewYorkPost.com. Trust me. Although it is only black and white. That's okay. She looks pretty good right there. Talk about quickie weddings, it says. Only hours after exchanging vows at a Vegas wedding chapel Saturday morning, Britney Spears and her new hubby, childhood pal Jason Allen Alexander, arranged to have their marriage annulled, one of Spears' reps confirmed yesterday. It was the old in and out. The 22-year-olds met with a Vegas lawyer Saturday afternoon to begin hammering out their split. Then George Maloof Jr., Spears' close friend and the well-connected owner of the Palms Casino Hotel, took over, arranging for a buddy judge in town to sign the papers that same evening, a source told the Post. You see the picture yet?
I'm on it now.
She looks pretty good. The whole ordeal was over by 6 o'clock Saturday night, less than 13 hours after Spears, decked in a baseball cap and grungy jeans, had walked down the aisle on the arm of a Palms limo driver to marry her handsome 6'2" pal from Kentwood, Louisiana, at the Little White Chapel, wedding chapel at 5:30 in the morning, the source said. I know exactly where that is. Don't you?
No.
Isn't that where you got married?
I got married at the Wee Kirk of the Heather wedding chapel in Vegas.
I see. It wasn't clear if the couple had consummated their union. It wasn't clear if they'd consummated the union. Maybe they'd like to see the evidence, huh?
Could we please?
Could we please see the evidence? Yeah. Still, there were apparently no hard feelings after the marriage's quick dissolution. You notice all of that hard feelings, solution, all of these things? Yeah. Oh, wait till the next paragraph. The pair reportedly dined with a few pals at the Palm Steakhouse shortly after signing the annulment. The annulment means the marriage never legally happened and bars both parties. You'll love this. Bars both parties from grabbing each other's assets.
Rectum.
I love it. Leave it to the Post, baby. They're hyperventilating. They're psychotic over Britney's assets.
I got a color picture over here.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I had a color picture too, but I've only got a black and white printer. So, like I said, she looks pretty good.
I'll take it.
She looks glowing right there, especially with that crucifix on her, around her In fact, I don't see any chain, do you? Maybe it's
No.
just like glued on her thing.
It's stuck on.
But while it ended what has to be one of the shortest celebrity unions on record, speculation over what led Spears to suddenly wed has only just begun, it says. They said Spears had been drinking a lot over the holidays, despondent over relatively poor sales of her In the Zone album. In the Zone. You know, even Dr. Atkins is singing that tune. He's changed his tune. Wait till we get to the spot, man. I can't wait. In fact, I might give them a free spot for Balance for Life just because of what it says about even Dr. Atkins is changing his tune. Yeah. He's going,
Hello, darkness,
like that.
my old friend.
Wow. Some close to Spears deny such claims, insisting her latest album is selling well and that the Pop-Tart doesn't drink to excess. But one eyewitness said Spears was so smashed on Champagne New Year's Eve, allegations a rep and Maloof deny, that she had to be carried up from the Rain nightclub to her Palm Suite by bodyguards. Other sources said Spears was also boozing it up at the Palms Club Ghost Bar in the wee hours before she and Alexander, laughing and giggling, hopped into a lime green limo and drove to 2 wedding chapels that were closed before they landed at Little White Wedding, got a marriage license, and said, I do. She said something like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if we got married? Oh, let's just go and do it, a friend told a London Sun. But then it turned into, oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
What have I done? Suddenly it was a joke that went a wee bit too far. Those close to Spears are adamant the singer was not drunk that night and said the wedding was a lark. A spokeswoman for Jive Records, Spears label, said yesterday, Ms. Spears and Mr. Alexander have filed for an annulment which will become official today. Liquor aside, some sources also believe that Spears' study of Kabbalah, what is that?
It's Jewish mysticism, don't
Kabbalah?
you know? Kabbalah.
Kabbalah?
Right.
A Jewish mystical practice introduced to her by pal Madonna may have something to do with her choice to ring in the new year with a new ring. Kabbalah, which places emphasis on marriage and family, could have only been seen by Spears as a chance to settle down and start anew, sources said, but if that was her dream, it was short-lived. Let's see, Alexander, a college student who wants to become a pro football player, returned to his hometown in a contemplative mood, his relatives said. His grandfather, Robert, said he picked the young man up from a New Orleans airport. He wasn't very chatty. He's been through a lot, and he didn't have much to say. Meanwhile, Charlotte Richardson, the owner of the chapel where the two were married, has been offered $1 million by 2 tabloids for the wedding videotape, according to an article in today's Las Vegas Sun. $1 million for the tape. And we want to know if they consummated their union.
$2 million for the honeymoon videotape.
Yeah. What is this that you just sent to me?
Oh, just something.
What is it? Oh, no.
Yes,
Robert Grieper's resume?
yes,
Is he looking for a job?
yes.
All right.
All right.
Good. Bye-bye, Robert. Bye-bye. Self-hating, Orthodox, whatever the hell you are this week. Maybe he's going into Kabbalah. I never heard of that in my
The
life.
Kabbalah? Oh, yeah, man.
Kabbalah.
Make your own golem, yeah. All that
Eat
stuff.
some challah and study Kabbalah. Kabbalah?
Kabbalah.
I don't know what it is. More crap. 1,419 votes on a poll from Friday. I was here on Friday, Joe Rose. What are you talking? I'm back from vacation.
He
Well,
wasn't,
is.
so this is the first...
Yeah, he wasn't. That's right. But today, look at that schedule, baby. We're back.
All right. All right.
Got a lot of work to do. Work a lot more in 2004.
All right.
That's right. Not actually literally like more days, but just like maybe do a few real shows would be good. We got the Mad Dog is finally back. Jesus, how many days has he been off?
About 30, man.
Christ almighty, Mad Dog. Jim Mandich at 2. The Load. Hank Goldberg at Shula's at 4. Hurricane Hotline. Well, we don't want the rest of the schedule. It's pretty weak. Anyway, we got the Best of Neil total, 55,000. Thanks to Miguel who rounded it off with $205. Nice going, Miguel. Probably money from somebody else. Anyway, 55 grand for Best of Neil for this past year. It's not that great, not that bad, right?
It's all good.
It's somewhere like in between for Abandoned Pet Rescue. And now the Best of Neil merchandise is only available online. It's still, if you go to neilrogers.com, you can still get it.
And select Jorge appearances.
And select the George appearances, too, like when he plays the sandwich guy.
Right.
Oh, there's that 97-year-old woman who was found alive in Iran.
After 9 days trap.
Who said that Allah, God, saved her. So the other 30 or 40,000 people who died, this is what always just kills me.
Them too.
About these assholes, man. Always say, like, there's a plane crash, 300 people die, and one asshole gets, somehow survives, just through pure luck, and says, oh, well, the Lord looked over me, answered my prayers. Mm-hmm. What about the other 300 people?
They're not as good.
I see. They were small potatoes.
Right.
1,425 votes on the poll from Friday. What do you think was the biggest celebrity story of 2003? Here's a clue. Wins hands down. Nobody even close. We got an update today from the Inquirer. Rush Limbaugh, drug addiction, 477. You're full of crap, Rush, okay? You're full of crap. All this business about, Wilma was blackmailing him. You notice all these things, a period of time goes by and then they think of something.
Right.
Sure took a long time before they thought that one up, just like it took a long time before Michael Jackson thought up, they abused me and they wounded me and they, roughed me up and put me in that feces-covered turlet.
Well,
they should have stuck his ass in a bunch of feces, you know that? In addition to which, judging from what the maid wrote in that unauthorized biography of him, he should have been used to it anyway, because he used to walk around with the poop in his pants. He was too lazy, when he was in that magical bedroom in Neverland. Well, he had other fish to fry, you know what I mean?
No, what do you mean?
1,400, as in perch on this, 1,429 votes. Rush Limbaugh, drug addiction, 479. Arnold, the Gropinator, elected governor of California, 392. I still can't believe you haven't seen that thing of Jay Leno introducing him.
No. Maybe my
talking
mind
about how, I guess he was right after all. It is pronounced California. Here's the new governor. It is so tacky and so unbelievable. 392 say Arnold is the biggest celebrity story of the year. Michael Jackson arrested, 219. Kobe Bryant rape case, 134. Strom Thurmond's love child moved up from nowhere to 63. Martha Stewart insider trading, 46. Don't forget, January 22nd starts the trial. Paris Hilton sex tape, 29. Madonna and Britney's TV kiss, 24. Roy Horn mauled by tiger.
Roy!
22. And tied for last, boy, they were sucking wind, the three of them, all the way through. Ben and J-Lo's wedding and Rosie O'Donnell lawsuit, only 10 for each one of those. Nobody cares about them. Nobody ever wants to hear from them, no mo. Here's today's poll. Now, we've done similar ones, but we've never done this one, in spite of what you may think. Right?
Right.
Of all time?
It's similar.
We've done different categories, things like that, but we have never, and the reason I'm inspired to do this is because I haven't seen the James Dean thing on with King a few nights ago.
James King
and Larry Dean, Jimmy Dean, who was selling that Jew food. No, seriously, a whole hour devoted to James Dean, who made all of 3 movies and who smelled real bad and was not doing just women and guys, but anything that moved. And didn't look all that great to begin with. I hate to break the news to you, but he was so scummy looking.
Right. But what if I do my face like this?
Right, exactly. You know what he was? He was a Marlon Brando wannabe.
Right.
Is what
Very
he
good.
was. Right?
Right, with none of the talent.
And you know who else is a Marlon Brando wannabe?
Christian Slater.
Matt Dillon.
Oh, yeah.
Very much so, Matt Dillon.
Good pernt.
What is this thing you just sent me?
Just a thing.
Ross Leighton saddened by hijacker's sentence. A controversial former bomber pilot recently sentenced to 7 years and 4 months in prison for hijacking a small plane in Thailand has found at least one local sympathetic ear. U.S. Representative Ileana Rosanna Dana Leighton. In a statement released last Tuesday, she expressed sadness and disappointment at the prison sentence of Lee Tong, whom she called a local. Hey, nobody cares about that. Why does somebody faxes that crap? Just another shot at poor Rosanna Dana. Okay, that bitch. Here's today's poll question. Who is the most over... And by the way, today starts the rest of our life. I know that's a really trite cliche, all of that crap.
Yeah.
Today we see if we got any audience left out there on QAM, if there's any chance to, come up with some more in 2004. No mo in 04 is what we're saying.
Absolutely.
Right. Who is the most overrated major celebrity of all time? Now, you notice major celebrity. Don't be coming in with little marginal people that nobody ever heard of. Major celebrity of all time. We got a quick list of 7 here. James Dean, Frank Sinatra, Neil Diamond, who's a legend in his own mind, Barbra Streisand, Johnny Carson, Celia Cruz, and if you missed the show on Friday, which you probably did because nobody was in town on Friday, the local Cubans again got all whipped up because George was ripping Celia Cruz again. I was trying to defend her.
I know.
I was trying to defend that ugly drag queen, gorilla puss, but nevertheless. Celia Cruz and Oprah. That's the list so far, the first 7. The most overrated major celebrity of all time.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Are you drudge packing?
Yes.
Anytime they see that we're lacking in the polls, they provide a headline that will lead you by the nose. Who say, they said, is the one to get. Now they have only one big dictator left. Don't worry about Saddam, we got him. Now we're all comfy and safe. We got him. We won't attack us no more. We got him. Praise Bush like Jesus. Who say 9/11 is what they got you to believe? Can't get any dumber than a one-party country. You believe what they say, like the gullible fool as they use the state for their corporate tool of the election. Oh, we got 'em. Oh, Bush has got it. We got 'em. Get down on your knees. We got 'em.
Praise Bush like Jesus, baby. It's a 10:19 at 560 WQM. You know what I was thinking about over the weekend?
I give up. I know. Sex?
Like I said, over the weekend, not perpetually. I'm talking about a bitch that called this show. Was it about a year ago? I think just about a year ago.
Could you narrow it down a little more?
Nasty, miserable, condescending sounding. She talks like this, and well, she was bitching me out for the fact that I've decided, all of the great things I could be doing with this show, but I've decided to pander to the morons. You remember that woman?
Oh,
remember that call?
Yeah. Lowest common denominator kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, and?
Miserable, nasty, hateful bitch. See, this is an entertainment program, lady. We're not going to save the world. Even a nasty, hateful bitch like you isn't going to change the world by calling some stupid-ass talk show on the radio, okay? And pontificating. So that's the deal in 2004. We entertain Mo. Right?
Absolutely.
Right. I'm telling you right now.
Right.
That doesn't mean we aren't going to, sprinkle in some heavy-duty crap. So a little crap here, a little crap there, like we're kind of pollinating. Right, exactly.
Just a little
pollinating.
dash of fairy dust.
Here's the update on Pharrell, which I already think I gave this. Didn't we give it on Friday? But nobody was listening on Friday because everybody was still on holiday. Scott Pharrell. This is from the December 9th Chicago Sun-Times. I had to scour the Internet. The interesting thing about what a bunch of horseball, there's only two, but the Herald and the Sun Sentinel is there's no follow-up to anything, There's no follow-up. Nothing. So you have to go online, you have to scour every other newspaper, every publication to find out anything that's going on or being said. December 9th Sun-Times in Chicago says, Scott Pharrell, whose syndicated sports talk show once aired on WMVP AM 1000, which used to be WCFL, is auditioning for an ongoing role on Mancow Mueller's WKXQ-FM morning show. Pharrell would replace Freak, who abruptly exited Mancow's Morning Madhouse last week after 9 years, as traffic reported to join WZZN-FM. So the word is that Pharrell's got Mancow disease, and he's on the show right now. But he's still temporary, right?
Yeah.
Is that what he told? Why can't anybody? I ask these questions, and nobody can give me a straight answer to anything.
Because I don't have a straight answer. It's temporary for the time being.
Well, what did he tell you?
He said that...
You spoke to him.
Right. He said, while supplies last. Void in Alaska and Hawaii. They're trying it out for now.
Yeah.
Neither party is convinced. But so far, so good.
Neither party is convinced, but so far, so good. So, in other words, again, two contradictory statements. So far, so good. No, that doesn't make any sense. If it's so far, so good, then why wouldn't anybody be convinced? So, in other words, they're still deciding.
It's so far, so good, but
along.
both parties know that they're both,
gigantic egos.
Yeah.
And it probably ain't going to work. Something like that. In addition to which, Pharrell's already looking for another job. I mean, like I said Friday, this is the only person I've ever known in a business, much less worked with, who the minute he starts a job, he's looking for another one.
Probably
because I guess he knows, huh? But anyway, that's the update on Pharrell. We need some new names for this pool today. Who is the most overrated major celebrity of all time? Oprah's off to the races now. She's got 16. That cross-eyed Jew bitch Barbara Streisand's got 9. See, the reason Oprah, I wouldn't vote for her, I voted for James Dean. You want to know why?
Yeah. Okay.
Even though Oprah has absolutely no talent, at least she's been on TV for what? How many years now?
About 30, man.
A long time. She sustained that phony act of hers, whatever it is. She's kept those mesmerized housewives out there buying the books she's peddling and all the other crap that she's doing on there with those pastel backgrounds, you know. But James Dean made 3 movies and he got killed. See what I'm saying?
Oh, I know. Good point.
See the difference? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Now, when I see line 9 ringing, that's not a good sign to start the official new year. WQAM line 9. Hello? I don't even hear, anything.
Nope. Pot on?
Is the phone pot on?
Josh says yes. Audition,
Okay.
program press, everything. All right.
WQAM, hello.
Miserable son of a...
Okay, there you go. Like I said, there's a good start. There it is, as they, again, siphon it up from South Florida, all the way up here where we got a little snow on the ground, by the way, in case Castronova's listening. 5670560, pound 5. I'd like to take a 2x4 and just beat that asshole silly, you know? Wouldn't you?
There's a list.
Just beat the pulp right out of his puss.
List.
WQM, hello.
Neil, Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to you, sir.
The Michael Jackson interview you were talking about, that's got more drops in it for your shows that you won't even need to go anywhere else for another drop. There's so many good. Did you hear the interview with him, Mike Wallace?
So that's a week ago yesterday.
Did you hear the way he said when the guy said, are you going to share the bed? He goes, of course. You should play that, of course, over and over.
Okay, thank you. There's another amateur program director wants to tell us what to do. It's old stale news, okay? It's old stuff. From the 60 Minutes piece a week ago, and it was Ed Bradley. And, well, they look alike.
A little bit.
Only the shade has been changed to protect their wrinkles. Come on. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Line 1, I guess, is not working again?
The dot's on.
No, but I got it pressed now. It's not doing anything, just like Friday. Line 1 is not working again. You know, I want to say it one more time. I don't want to start getting all bent out of shape. It's the 5th of January, okay? Everybody, and I mean everybody, including me, we had a nice long holiday, a chance to recharge our batteries, a chance to, re-examine life. It's all over. All of that is over. I thought it was over Friday, and silly me, come to find out it wasn't over Friday at all.
No.
But now there's been another weekend. Now here we are. It's official. Today is the beginning. We look at the lineup. We got most of the people in place. This is the way it is. And yet, at that place, all we have is a bunch of people wandering around, looking for a reason to be there, like Muff, for example, comes in this morning for about 4 seconds. How about Clarence or Muff get somebody, one of our vast engineering staff, on line 1 so we get at least the phones working for the new year would be nice. That could be your New Year's resolution, Clarence, is do something. That would be nice. Now, speaking of doing something,
yeah,
there had to be a whole different bunch of reasons why those British Air Flight 223s
About 30, man.
were canceled. The one that I find most fascinating is from the Mirror, UK. It says, a British Airways flight to Washington was canceled at the last minute yesterday. And let's see, this was January the 3rd, which is Saturday. That's the one on Friday. On Friday, after an intelligence tip-off that a woman suicide bomber planned to blow up the plane over the U.S. Capitol. Have you heard anything about this prior to this story?
No, not since you told me this morning.
Okay. It was the 3rd day running that a major security scare had hit the afternoon flight 223 service from Heathrow to Washington. They were also saying that some of the British Air pilots were refusing to fly with the armed sky marshals on the plane. So there's 100 different I like this one the best, though. U.S. Security Services told Scotland Yard the woman, almost certainly linked to Al-Qaeda, intended to hide 8 to 12 ounces of plastic explosive in her vagina.
Like vagina.
Nothing could be finer than to stick some in your vagina. She would then go to the toilet during the Boeing 747 flight, remove the material, and detonate a blast that would down the aircraft. A senior Scotland Yard source told the Daily Mirror, smuggling a bomb onto a plane by this method is one of our worst nightmares. If you don't have specific information about the suspect, it would be impossible to carry out an intimate body search of every female passenger.
But
how about just the good-looking ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. In addition to which, like I said to you this morning, that is only a part, a little small part, so to speak, of the problem. Because how about the male passengers could hide it in their
rectum,
right, in their some other orifice. But that just doesn't make any sense to me, because if they're just going to blow up the planes in midair, I mean, that would have a certain impact, but that's evidently not what they want to do. They want to take over the planes and use them as flying bombs again. So there you go. Believe whichever story suits your fancy, okay? Whichever one you find most exciting, like the one about the explosive vagina. 1027. In fact, if you put that one together with the Britney story and, huh? Yeah, I think then you got something. If you got something wrong with your car, here's the place to take it. EF Tire and Auto Repair. You'll find them at 5083 North Federal Highway, just a mile and a half north of Sample Road in prestigious Pompano Beach. At EF Tire and Auto Repair, experience the difference that experience makes. All EF mechanics are ASC certified technicians. In other words, they know their stuff. They're current with all the latest technology, and most of these guys have been with the EF team for almost 20 years. The EF team has over 200 combined years of experience, so to make a long story short, they know their stuff. What? No job is too big or too small at EF, from a blown fuse to a blown engine, from a 73 Toyota to an 04 Bentley. EF Tire and Auto Repair do it all. All their jobs are meticulously double-checked for accuracy by the shop foreman. Every car is cleaned upon completion of the work, too. EF honors most extended warranties and offers you while-you-wait service on most repairs, too. EF Tire and Auto Repair, that address again is 5083 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Call 954-426-9926. That's 954-426-9926. When you call them, be sure to ask about their 90-day same-as-cash, no-interest credit card. EF Tire and Auto Repair, nationally recognized as one of the most successful automotive repair facilities anywhere in the entire USA. At EF, their motto is, nobody cares more and nobody will work harder to earn your business.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
Tiene su tumbao, y cuando la gente la va mirando, ella baila de lado, bien apretado, apretado, apretado. La negra tiene tumbao. Azúcar, azúcar.
Paris Hilton had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and there she lived a simple life with her friend Nicole. With a dump cluck here and a dump cluck there, here a cluck, there a cluck, getting lots of yucks. Paris Hilton had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Paris Hilton made a tape, E-I-E-I-O. And this tape was really hot, E-I-E-I, whoa! With a download here and a lawsuit there, see it once, see it twice, she is naughty, not nice. Paris Hilton made a tape, E-I-E-I-O. Paris Hilton had a farm and a reality show. It's funny all the things she'll do while the cameras roll. And if she's so dumb, I wonder how come she's paid every day when she rolls in the hay. Paris Hilton had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
1032. How about Dick Clark, says somebody on the fax machine. Overrated? Well, he's an asshole, so let's put him on there. Okay, he was just on there with all that New Year's Eve crap again. The good thing about him is that all those years that he managed to look so young, and now it's really caught up with him and then some. Now he looks about 95.
Right.
Which we're delighted about. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM.
Hey, George.
Yeah.
How you doing? About that story in the Mirror. Isn't it kind of funny how...
You know who this is? This is Chronic Joe.
Hey, Neil. Fuck
Chronic
you.
Joe. Go away, Joe. Can you believe that?
Did you hear that?
What?
We had to dump him.
Oh, he said F you?
Yes, he did.
That's what I thought he said.
New Year's greeting.
Uh-huh. Chronic Joe, who was calling in breathlessly to talk to you. He is the ultimate chronic caller from before I came to town. How many years ago?
About 30, man.
You're chronic, man. All I have to do is hear your voice. Nobody wants to hear chronics, including me, Joe. So I guess they never heard even the beginning of the call when he thought it was you. So not only are you chronic, but you're stupid because we're doing screenless. And we've been doing screenless for weeks now.
And a chronic should know that.
Right, a chronic ought to know these things. And what is it that he was going to tell you about the story and what?
About that story in the Mirror, blah, blah. Who knows?
Yeah, what about it?
Well, I guess we'll never know now.
Hey, Joe, go away, okay? I'm not going to say don't go away mad. Go away and go away mad, you loser. The ultimate chronic caller, calls every one of the sports talk shows. Man, he is just, and he's got that really, really annoying voice. You've heard that voice.
Sure.
74 votes. Who is the most overrated major celebrity of all time? Oprah's got. Look at what Oprah's got.
About 30, man.
All right. James Dean, 13. Barbara Streisand, 13. Celia Cruz has got 9. Now, don't be picking on Celia. We're going to lose the last few Cuban caller listeners that we got.
About 30, man.
That's all we got. Frank Sinatra, 4. Johnny Carson, 3. Neil Diamond, 2. And Dick Clark just went up. He just popped it up there. Housekeeper denies Limbaugh blackmail charge. I'm just blown away by the fact that was Chronic Joe.
Why?
Because I just can't believe that he would have the balls to become. I guess he was just going to say something to you off the air. He certainly wasn't going to talk to me.
Maybe that's it.
He thought he was, huh?
That must be it.
WQAM Chronic Joe line.
Hello?
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 Yes, sir.
Can I speak to Neil?
Speaking.
Neil,
Yes.
you need to give me some more, of more. Up to this morning, more. He said, Neil is sandwiched between the big dog and the mad dog. He called you dog piss.
Yeah. Good one. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I'm really pissed about that. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil. I got two for you.
Okay, go right ahead.
Jerry
Ordinarily,
Lewis.
we only do one, but because the audience is so slow, go ahead.
Jerry Lewis and Jim Carrey. They both suck.
Jim Carrey sucks?
Yeah, he's got like 3 good movies.
Okay. I'll put them on there. Thanks a lot, pal. You too. Have a good New Year. Jerry Lewis and Jim Carrey. I'm not going to make any comment. We're asking you the question, and whatever your opinion is, fine. Right?
Right.
I mean, Jim Carrey is...
Who are we to argue?
Right. Even though we may think that you're full of crap. They had some old Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin movies on a few days ago here.
Yeah. Delicate Delinquent.
And he was annoying.
Yeah.
There was one where he had the little animals. He was playing a veterinarian or something. Do you know what that movie was?
I don't know.
Be sure and miss it.
But anyway, he was very annoying then, lady, and then he became a lot more annoying, and then his face blew all up, and he was doing those telethons, and lady, with the feigl and the schmeigel.
Right.
And
I thought it was funny, like, when I was 7.
Yeah, right. Housekeeper denies Limbaugh blackmail charge. She don't think it's funny. This is in the Inquirer, so we know this has to be the Emmis. Rush Limbaugh's longtime drug supplier, Wilma Klein, has angrily denied his lawyer's claim that she and her husband tried to blackmail the conservative talk show host. And let me just interject again. It sure is very, very peculiar how long it took before all of a sudden they came up with that cockamamie deal. In fact, it was long after his rehab that all of a sudden they decided to concoct this story about, they were trying to blackmail him for $4 million.
Well, the strategy team has to concoct all of these.
I see. Just like the Michael Jackson thing about him getting beaten up. And is it germane to the case? We got more Michael Jackson stuff from the Inquirer, too. Have no fear.
all right.
The Inquirer is here. Anyway, it goes on to say Wilma, Rush's former housekeeper, spoke out as a judge in West Palm Beach dealt Limbaugh, 53, a major blow by ruling that his medical records could be examined by prosecutors as part of an ongoing criminal investigation. It was the second setback for Limbaugh, and 24 hours earlier, a spokesman for his radio network revealed that behind the scenes, his attorneys were trying to work out a plea bargain on charges of doctor shopping for pain pills, a form of prescription fraud. As the embattled radio pundit fought to keep his medical records secret, his nationally known attorney, Roy Black, made the stunning claim that Wilma, 42, and her husband, David, demanded $4 million to keep his pill addiction secret. Blackmail has never crossed our minds. We went to the authorities because we finally decided it was the right thing to do, a shocked Wilma told the Inquirer. And her attorney, Ed Shohat, told the Inquirer the clients absolutely deny any allegation of blackmail. They turned over hundreds of emails and phone recordings to the prosecutors in which Rush Limbaugh never once referred to being blackmailed or even implied that there was any pressure being brought on him whatsoever. Rather, he was only interested in getting his hands on more pills. The Inquirer revealed in a world-exclusive story in October that in 2002, after Rush had been detoxed for the second time, he sent his attorney to Wilma's home to pay her the $80,000 he owed her for supplies of illegal painkillers. 4 months later, Wilma told prosecutors she was called to the attorney's office, handed another check for $100,000, and asked never to supply him with pills again. On both occasions, the attorney demanded that she sign a promissory note to make the money look like a loan, said attorney Shohat. He claims he's being blackmailed, yet he forces the supposed blackmailers to sign a promissory note. Doesn't make sense. Limbaugh is desperately trying to deflect attention from what he did onto the clients, but his own paperwork is going to refute his allegation, said Shohat. Ready for that? Shohat? Showing up.
Bring it on.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Who is the most overrated major celebrity of all time? Oprah, 37. Barbara Streisand, 18. James Dean, 14. And Celia Cruz, 11. Shame on yous for picking on Celia Cruz. In fact, Celia's going to make tomorrow's poll, too. 2 in a row.
Oh, yeah?
Line 9 is always my favorite. Line 9, QAM.
Yeah, Rogers is overrated.
WQAM. Hola.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
what's going on?
How you doing?
I'm doing great, Neil. Good to talk to you, man. Hey, you know what? Don't change a damn thing. This is good like this right now. This is what we want. This is the old Neil Rogers show.
Right.
Morons calling the show.
Right.
You dealing with the morons and telling them to get the hell lost. This is beautiful.
That's
we
right.
love it. This is what we want, man. It makes me laugh when the
This is
jerk-offs
what you're
call.
going to get a lot more in 2004. And any of these political, professional talk show groupie listeners who think that we're going to do like political heavy-duty light bulb radio here, they can blow it right out their ass.
You know what? I don't want to hear it because you know what? I don't agree with you in a lot of the political views. This is what I listen for. Is the
Well, I don't
funny
care whether you agree or not, but basically it's preaching to the choir anyway, so what's the point?
I totally agree with you 100%.
Amen.
You're on the right track. Keep it going.
Okay. And Bush is an asshole. Well, I mean, I had to get that in there. Well, huh?
Just for him.
Right. He's a mental defective, the president, but this guy don't agree. And that's his prerogative. He can still do that as of now. Of course, in a few months, he may not be able to, have a different opinion. Anyway, what do we got on here so far? We got 97 votes in about what? In about 20. That's not bad. We're starting to get there. We want to see if we have any audience back there after the November trend was just suicidal for us. You people with the diaries, man, you really stuck it right in our...
Rectum.
You're not fooling me because I know how the game works, okay? I know how it's played. Must have had, maybe Mo got some of his boyfriends, including maybe Chronic Joe that called before. Maybe he got a couple of diaries. And didn't he show his true colors or what?
Right.
What did he say? He said, fugue
F-U.
you. He said, fugue you, when he found out it was me. So he's still listening right now. Oh, and this thing with Pete Rose, I am so sick and tired of hearing about freaking Pete Rose, who admits finally that he gambled on baseball. The man is a scumbag. He's a scumbag, degenerate gambler. Ask anybody who works at any of the South Florida tracks, and they'll tell you what a scumbag he is. Not just a chronic gambler, but a scumbag. So now that he finally admits, after lying for 14 years, he finally admits, oh yeah, in his autobiography, he gambled on baseball. Now that's good reason to let him in the Hall of Fame. Before, I was ready to let him in the Hall of Fame. They were going to come to me and ask me, should we do it? And I was going to say, oh yeah, sure, he was a great player. Ought to put him in a Hall of Shame. He's right in there with somebody else we know. Absolutely. If you catch my drift.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Carolina, as we go to calls for Oprah. Hello.
Oprah, I was wondering, were you sexually active in college?
Yeah, and I thought Whoopi was amazing.
Nothing like it.
Yeah, nothing like it.
Chicago, hello.
Hi, Oprah.
Hi.
Love the show.
Thank you.
Listen, someone told me it's illegal to run into a crowded buffet and yell Oprah. Is that true?
Yeah.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Boonesboro, Maryland, hello.
Hi, Larry. My question's for you.
Kate.
How much do you weigh?
64, 63.
Get out.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Houston, Texas for Oprah, hello.
Oprah, I'm trying to earn money for college. Do you have any suggestions?
Prostitute yourself. And
Good
so,
idea.
yeah.
Seriously?
Why not?
Yeah, on the streets.
Okay.
Okay.
Oprah Winfrey. What a lady.
1046, what a cow, man. She's got 40 votes, the most overrated major celebrity of all time. Oprah, 40. Barbara Streisand, 22. James Dean, 16. Celia Cruz, 12. Everybody else single digits, although Dick Clark is moving up. A lot of people picking on Dick. He's got 8 out of 112 votes. You'll see, man, we're going to make a comeback this year in spite of it all, in spite of Greg Reed. The radio killer. Now, let's see. This one says he must be a mega major celebrity because every single break last weekend that had Darcy Hornachuk trade-out commercial with little bratty kid. This one goes on and on. And I haven't even heard that. Have you heard it?
No, I don't know what he's talking about.
I have no idea. The Palm Beach troublemaker talking about poor Darcy Hornachuk. Nobody knows who Darcy Hornachuk is, by the way, except for Pharrell. And Pharrell's in Chicago. He's got man-cow disease. He's gone. Lionel Tate's going to be out. He's going to be free next month. Poor little Lionel Tate. He sure lost a lot of weight, Lionel Tate.
Yes, he did.
Ain't that something?
Yeah,
Don't get
something.
sore about it, Lionel.
Rectum.
After cooling his heels in there for 3 years. He's going to be out next month. He signed a plea deal, which they should have signed in the first place. But what an idiot for a mother and an attorney, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. Had a chance to get the same deal 3 years ago. Oh, no. No. Anyway, he's going to be out. I don't want to even talk about him. You're telling me that everybody's talking about him and his mother, your mama?
No,
it's
on the news, but nobody's talking about it.
Oh. Well, it's on the news because there ain't nothing else going on other than the fact that everybody's peeing in their pants. And how come it is now, I'm going to say the same thing I said on Friday, although I don't want to get that last guy all bent out of shape, But if we're supposedly so safe now because we captured Saddam, and if the Iraq attack was to make the world safer from terrorists, which they changed their tune on that, just like Dr. Atkins is changing his tune, then how come everybody's crapping in their pants now about flying? I flew back from Amsterdam last week. I wasn't crapping in my pants or even in a crapper. I just held it very nicely for the whole 8 hours. And I don't get it. And then the Brits are saying, oh, well, this is only the beginning. Air traffic is going to be like this for years now. Based on what? Based on the orange alert? Based on nothing could be finer than a bomb in your vagina? I mean, I don't get it. Right?
It's the bomb, baby.
Rectum.
Yeah. I've dropped a few bombs in my time, I'll tell you that.
Butt bombs.
But I'm sure as hell not going to tell them that at the airport. Never see my ass again. No, just not a good thing to say.
No.
You know, like if you go up to the steward and say, oh, can you tell me where the restroom is on this plane? I need to drop a couple of bombs. You know, not a good idea to be putting it in those terms, okay?
I feel like I'm going to explode.
Oh, not a good thing to say. So be very careful linguistically with the flight attendants on your next flight, okay? Because otherwise they might have to drop your ass out of the plane. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. Who is the most overrated major celebrity of all time? Should be an endless list, I would think. But again, it is the Monday after the holidays, so you can be sure the usual Monday is bad. So today they got a lot of catching up to do. Trust me.
Sure.
WQAM.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
can you play George tapes, please?
WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Can you please put Elvis Presley on the top of that list? I hate him, that cracker.
Okay. I like my Elvis crackers, though. 5670560. Let's get Elvis on there. I almost put him on myself, but I figured somebody'd call in who hates him like poison.
And there he was.
And there he is. He said he's a cracker. WQAM, hello.
I figured somebody call in who hates him like
QAM.
And there he was.
Yes, sir. It sounds like you, yes.
Hi, Pally.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how's it going, buddy?
Pretty good, Pally?
Good, good. Listen, did you get a chance to see Cheaper by a Dozen yet?
No.
Man, you got to check it out. Tom Welling. Awesome pick.
Okay, put it back in your pants. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, can I talk to Neil, please?
Speaking.
Neil, I got somebody off your list, Jerry Lewis.
He just went on there, and he's already got a couple of votes.
Thanks, I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. In fact, he's got 3 votes. 5670560. You know, the guy that called before is right. Lots mo in ofo. That's our motto.
Absolutely.
No more just trying to save the world. No, I mean, I got some stuff to read, like, for example, because you might actually learn something you might care about. For example, I'm putting Lionel Tatester on the bottom of my pile.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Well, I mean, even if they did care, it's old news already, you know?
I mean, he ain't going to be wrestling with any of my kids.
And maybe he's wrestling with his conscience if he had one. He's just a few bricks short is the best way to put about him.
Yeah, a whole brick house.
Well, I'm just telling you.
And
I
then
blame
his
the
mom.
mama.
Yeah.
The mama. Another
She's
one of
the
these
real
religious
story.
freaks. Oh, this religion thing. I don't want to get started on that either because it just makes me so angry. It makes me furious.
We like the angry Neil.
No, you don't.
No,
The
yeah.
other guy doesn't want the angry Neil. He wants the yuck Neil. That's what he wants.
Yuck.
Yuck. That's right. Just like that. Anyway, Dean to make surprise visit to Iowa. See, now the headline. This is in the Boston Globe. This is unbelievable. That's the headline. Dean to make surprise visit to Iowa. Now listen to the first paragraph, okay? Howard, because he's in Iowa, they had the debate yesterday, which I'm so tired of those. Oh, enough already. And enough of this Jew Lieberman attacking Howard Dean. Hey, Lieberman, you're the one that put Bush in there in the first place, you asshole, you Orthodox nebbish.
I'd make a great...
Anyway, did you hear what I just said? Dean to make surprise visit to Iowa is the headline on the Boston Globe story. Howard Dean, whose presidential campaign has already won the backing of former Vice President Al Gore, is planning a surprise visit to New Hampshire tomorrow. Well, maybe Iowa's in New Hampshire. In expectation of receiving the endorsement of the other leading Democratic contender from the 2000 race, former U.S. Senator Bill Bradley. He could sure dribble it, man. He's still dribbling a little bit, right down his chin. Democrats in New Hampshire and other parts of New England have been invited to a previously unscheduled appearance by Dr. Dean in Manchester for what's being billed as a very special breakfast at which a surprise endorsement is in store. Dean had been scheduled to attend a pancake breakfast in Muscatine, Iowa at about the same time before participating in a candidate forum in Des Moines in the early afternoon. How do you like that? So they're having a big surprise breakfast. Surprise! Bill Bradley's going to endorse Howard Dean for president tomorrow. Is it a surprise?
Sure, why not?
Let's see. Sergio says, picked up this cartoon from the Spanish newspaper ABC. ABC. It's very indicative of what's happening to Bush in Iraq, and it shows a rat with a Bush puss on it caught in a trap. And it shows the bait says Iraq on it, and it shows and he's holding the American flag. Well, you have to see it, I guess. Kind of cute. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to get started on that Bush bashing, at least not till the noon hour, because we don't want to get that other guy all upset. Because like I told you before, the white males in America, they love Bush, man, especially when they see that picture of Britney on the front page of the New York Post, who got married and then annulled right away.
I bet she ain't got none.
And they can't touch each other's assets. Like I'm sure he's got major asses, right? He didn't look too bad. I just saw him from a distance in that one picture there. How come we see him from a distance, but Justin Tinkerbell we get the pleasure of seeing over and over and over again, up close and personal? Must be a new diet. 148 votes. Elvis just went on there. He don't have any. That cracker Elvis from Tupelo, Mississippi. The most overrated major celebrity of all time, Oprah's got 53, Barbra Streisand 25, James Dean 19. I'm so pleased to see that James Dean is doing well, because he was the inspiration for this poll today. Made 3 movies. And you'd think that he was like Jesus. Jesus in a sports car. WWJD, what would Jesus drive? Huh? Seriously, what would Jesus drive? Maybe he'd drive that brand new Corvette. Is that the 5th or 6th generation? I think 5th.
He'd probably drive an E-car.
Let's see, James D. 19, Celia Cruz 16, Frank Sinatra 10, and Dick Clark has got 10 single digits after that. We need a lot more names on that list. 5670560. Did Fix-It stick his head in the door yet to fix that line 1?
No.
Well, let's get with it, man. Let's get with it, Duff and Clarence. It's about time somebody needs to kick your ass. It's a damn good thing I'm going to be there next week and just kick some real ass in that joint again. You got a bunch of people faking their way through life, faking their way, just sliding along, grabbing a check, moaning and groaning, woe is me, I'm so overworked. Doing what? Doing what? Making up a bunch of schedules and you guys can't, between the two of them, they can't even get that right. What else are they doing? They don't have to sit and babysit. Nobody has to sit in there and hover over the dump buttons when Joe Rose is on. That's for goddamn sure. Right?
All right.
They don't have to come in and monitor anybody's show no more, and they're certainly not going to monitor that early morning show because nothing's going to help that.
Absolutely.
Right. So they got like nothing to do but sit around and complain at, all this other crap. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got one for your poll.
Okay.
It's Reverend Jones' character.
Oh, Reverend Jones, that was him. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Reverend Jones in a barrel. Yes, sir.
I'd love to put old Blue Eyes on that list. I don't think that guy could sing for Schmidt ever.
He's already on there. I just got through reading the result. He's got 10 votes. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T.
I got one.
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, I got a good one, too. How about Oprah? Huh? No, seriously, because we even got a drop in where Larry says,
Oprah.
Yeah, see? So how about
Oprah?
Let's put Oprah on the poll. The guy's right. That guy that called before is absolutely correct. That's what the audience wants to hear. They want fun and games. They don't want that nasty... I kept thinking about her, and listen, there are just a very few calls that I'll never forget as long as I live, and she's one of them. Giving me a bunch of condescending crap. Well, you've decided to, talk down to the lowest common denominator as opposed to, you could be doing such wonderful things. Blow it out your ass, honey, okay? And don't let her on the plane. I guarantee you she's got a pile in there. 1056 at 560 WQAM. It's the last mortgage you'll ever need. The only one. Mortgage from the financial group. The benefits are incredible.
Incredible.
0 closing costs, 0 application fees, 0 credit bureau fees, 0 discounted points. Get the new low interest rate of just 1.25%. A $100,000 loan means your payments are only $334 a month. If you have a $200,000 loan, your payments are a low $668 a month. Incredible. Don't forget, once you refinance or get you a new home mortgage from Financial Group, you'll never, ever pay closing costs again. So call them today toll-free and tell them that Todd Dreck told you to call. 1-800-940-LEND. Get the low-rate mortgage you deserve and then move to your next property without any further cost or expense. 0 underwriting fees, 0 doc fees, 0 closing costs, even when you move to another property. So get that new low financing rate of just 1.25%. It's the only one. Mortgage from Financial Group. Call 1-800-940-LEND for details. That's 1-800-940-LEND, and never, ever, never pay closing costs again. Financial Group, it's 1-800-940-LEND. They're an equal housing lender. Restrictions apply. Rates subject to change monthly. 4.21 APR.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
MONDAYSUCKS.
Oh, Canada. The land that's produced rock and roll's greatest performers. And now, these legendary Canucks pay tribute to one another on this new CD, The Best of Canadians Singing Other Canadians, featuring Anne Murray's version of this Rush classic.
A modern day warrior, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride.
And Rush's take on this Anne Murray standard. The Best of Canadians Singing Other Canadians has all your favorite singers from Z to A, like Celine Dion's rendition of this Neil Young number.
Old man, look at my life. You're a lot like my husband Rene, no?
Neil Young singing Celine Dion's biggest hit.
I know that my heart of gold will go on.
But that's not all. There's Shania Twain singing Bryan Adams, Crash Test Dummies doing Alanis Morissette, Snow rapping The Guess Who, and Gordon Lightfoot performing this Bare Naked Ladies smash hit.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me, cocked your head to the side and said, I am angry.
Pick up your copy of The Best of Canadians Singing Other Canadians. The Great White North has never been so great, or for that matter, so white.
It's 11:02 at 560 WQAM. Speaking of Rush,
Yeah.
how about that little contretemps over New Year's in Naples, no less?
What's that?
Wasn't it in Naples?
I never heard of it.
What kind of planet are you living on? Naples, Florida. I'm just breaking it out right now. That's why I was stalling a little bit. It's an old story. It's from days ago. The lead guitarist for the rock band Rush skirmished with sheriff's deputies, spat blood on one, and was arrested New Year's Eve after his son refused to leave the stage at a fancy hotel, authorities be saying.
Never heard of it.
Deputies said they had to use a stun gun on 50-year-old Alex Zivojinovich, known on stage as Alex Lifeson, for what they described as a drunken, violent behavior at the Naples Ritz-Carlton Hotel. Fancy schmancy. Zivojinovich was released from Collier County Jail Friday afternoon. Also arrested were his son Justin, 33, and his son's wife Michelle, 30. How old is she?
About 30, man.
Jerry Berry, an attorney representing the Zinoviches. They just want to keep putting that in here a million times because they know I'm going to try to read it. Declined comment and referred all calls to SRO management in Toronto, A telephone message left with SRO was not returned on Friday. Justin said deputies broke his father's nose. Oh, yeah, they had a picture of him with the blood all over his shirt and crap, and he's all pissed off and fired up. So there you go. What is this other crap? Howard Dean is my overwhelming choice for president, says this fax. Somehow I don't feel warm and fuzzy when he or the media refers to him as Dr. Dean. I agree, I said that Friday. I think it's time to abandon the title unless he plans on practicing while in office. I don't think he uses the title himself. I think it's just assholes in the media. And these no, actually the moderator in the debate yesterday called him Governor Dean, which is correct.
Good.
5-time governor of Vermont. Anyway, Jay says, oh, here's an excellent one.
Right.
See, if we keep pushing this long enough, Jerry Seinfeld. Oh, yeah, he just makes my skin crawl. He makes cooties leave my body. They just, if I see the picture, they just go flying away. He still is famous based on a mediocre show that's been in syndication for years. Although not major celebrities, the Hilton sisters have been famous for absolutely nothing. They're ugly, bony, skanky, and talentless. Go away already, says Jay. Good point, Jay. Excellent.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's so erotic about a skinny, nasty, skanky bitch.
She's
was
rich.
erotic? What could possibly be? So that makes it an erotic tape because she's got money?
For women, it does.
I see.
If a guy's got a lot of money.
182 votes on the poll today. Who is the most overrated major celebrity of all time? From the bottom up. Elvis, Neil Diamond, and Johnny Carson, 3 apiece. Jim Carrey's got 7. I find that to be sacrilegious.
Yeah.
Don't you find that a little odd?
I mean, he might be wearing a little thin on some of us, but
He's made some pretty crappy movies, but he's most overrated?
Right.
He's
does have talent.
At least he's done some good stuff.
Yes.
Jerry Lewis, 7. Hey, ladies, got 7 votes. Dick Clark, 12. Frank Sinatra, Old Blue Eyes has got 12. Let's put Frank Sinatra on the poll. He's got
Good
12
idea.
votes. Celia Cruz has got 20.
Oh!
All right, 20.
Oh!
James Dean, 26. Barbara Streisand, cross-eyed bitch, 29. And Oprah is got 60. She's leading the pack, man. She's
Boy.
gone. She has gone down closed the barn door. The cow is out.
Maybe the votes will equal her weight by the time.
In fact, maybe Oprah is the mad cow. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line.
Is she a Black Angus then?
Rectum.
Anus. Don't you remember that, they're not still in business, are they?
Black Angus?
The steak restaurant, are they still around?
Not that I know of.
No, the
But I
Black
could be
Anus. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, that wasn't me on the radio earlier. And
Yeah, it was. In fact, Steve Nichols said that was his favorite, was the old Black Anus. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, sir?
Good, good. I want to put one on the list.
Go right ahead.
How about Dr. Phil?
Dr. Phil's a good choice? I don't think he's going to catch...
Listen, I bet Celia Cruz must be turning in her grave right about now.
You mean like turning into a real woman?
She's singing a new tune like Dr. Bob.
She's singing a new tune like Dr. Bob Atkins. That spot's coming up in a couple of minutes, by the way. Call all your friends. I've rarely had a piece of copy that inspired me as much as the new copy for Balance for Life, where it talks about even Dr. Atkins is changing his tune.
I don't
That's
think
right.
you've ever promoted a commercial before.
With a dead man. In fact, his tune, for a few months there, was like, and now it's like, Yeah, he's changing his tune in the box. It's old Dr. Bob in the box. He was, I don't want to say, I mean, he has helped a lot of people. He finally, once he croaked, and they said, oh, you know what, his diet really works. In fact, that's all you hear everywhere in the world. In Europe, the same thing. That's all they're talking about is the Atkins diet, now that he's in the box.
Right.
Now that he had that little slip and fall.
Oops.
But whatever you do, speaking of slip and fall, don't be going on the plane after you eat those, what are those Atkins, energy? Not energy. What's the name of those bars?
Advantage?
Advantage bars. No, that's not it. No, that's the other ones.
Those,
Wow. Because you'll keep running to the toilet, man. After about the 40th or 50th time, they're going to start suspecting something's going on. Like you're pulling something out of your ass besides that. I'm telling you. Oh, my God. Those things have got so much of that maltitol and sorbitol and crapitol. It's just unbelievable. And like you said, the people that survived Dr. Bob, they've turned the whole enterprise strictly into like money-making, like Ron Popeil. And speaking of Ron Popeil, we ought to get him on again someday for a couple of minutes on the phone.
Okay.
Maybe he'll send each one of us one of those, the big and improved rotisserie, whatever they call those
I'm
things.
still waiting for my pocket fisherman.
Man, no, I'm serious. Those things are good. This is the first good invention. He is milking it. They've been doing it for 3 years. He said they've sold 5 million of those. Now, do the math, okay?
No, I can't do math.
If he made, just individually, if he
$1.
made like $5 a piece, even $2, that's 10 million just off that one invention.
Right.
And you know it's got to be more than that.
Wouldn't you stop at that point and go spend some of it?
I'm sure he's having. Well, they tape the infomercial and then he probably doesn't work again for 6 months.
That's a good point.
And if it's not the best machine you ever bought for your kitchen. DA's secret weapon against Michael Jackson. This is also in the Inquirer. See, I don't read like a lot of crap, like anything from the Herald or the Sun Sentinel, because most of it is crap. Who could ever believe it? But if it's in the Inquirer, I do believe it. In fact, that's about the only thing I gotta say. I will hand it to Mr. Ego, who's a total waste of space, piece of crap. But years ago, I used to make fun of him because he'd read from the Inquirer on the air, and he'd say that was the only publication you could really trust. And I'd say, what a moron you are, Steve. And I have to tip my little fedora to him now, you know what? Even though he's a real scumbag. How many kids has he got this week?
About 30, man.
Yeah, he's got like mix and match. He's got some white kids and black kids and Chinese kids and purple kids and Indian kids.
Does he have a subscription?
Yeah.
Like Columbia House?
He has a prescription. In fact, Russia's getting him some new ones. New kids. DA's secret weapon against Michael Jackson. Prosecutors have a secret weapon in their case charging Michael Jackson with molesting a boy. 2 other alleged victims who could help put the king of pop behind bars. What's more, a secret police file containing photographs, videotapes, and other items seized from Jackson in connection with earlier molestation claims could now come back to haunt him. In this trial, the DA will want to show a pattern of abuse and a pattern of similar behavior by Jackson, the police source told the Inquirer. That's where the earlier evidence will come into play. In 93, the Santa Barbara County DA's office launched a 13-month probe and convened a grand jury to look into sexual abuse accusations brought against Jackson by a 13-year-old boy. Jackson wasn't charged in the criminal case because he paid the boy and his family $15 million to drop their civil lawsuit, brought at the same time by the accuser. And, of course, that was back in those days when his family wasn't quite so tight, when they weren't so desperate to stay on a gravy train, when they were saying things like,
"That damn faggot, I can't stand him."
"You go, girl." Authorities say they were dropping criminal charges because the boy wouldn't agree to testify against Jackson in court. But since then, California laws have changed. Now Santa Barbara DA Thomas Stedden, who tried to prosecute Jackson a decade ago, can force the 93 accuser to testify against Jackson in the new case. You ready for that?
No.
In addition, a second boy who said he was sexually molested by Jackson then left the country has returned, and he could testify, too. He's singing that Parliament song, "I Want to Testify." Boy, I sure love that song, don't you?
It's okay.
You don't like it?
I like it fine.
I love it. Prominent California criminal defense attorney Steve Cron, who is not involved in the Jackson case but is following it closely, told the Inquirer, assuming that Stedden knows where the first alleged victim is and he believes that kid, now an adult, he can definitely call him as a witness and make him testify against Jackson whether he wants to or not. The fact that Michael may have paid the kid off and they both signed non-disclosure agreements does not mean for a minute the boy can never talk about it. It's true he can't give interviews to the press about it. He can't talk in a civil suit about it, but it cannot shield him now from testifying in a criminal action when subpoenaed. Snedden and any judge will tell the boy if he's ordered to testify that the gag order does not hold. Months before the 93 scandal broke, the Inquirer first reported the story of Jackson's bizarre relationship with a young boy. And it goes on and on about that and yada yada, and his world has turned upside down since the new charges against Michael arose. He had been trying to live out a quiet life out of the spotlight, moved to New York City from California, and remained single. Because of the multi-million-dollar settlement, he hasn't had to work and he lives comfortably. He thought he'd never have to testify, but now that the lawsuits are different and the new accusers involved, he's fearful he'll be brought back into court. But he's not a liar, and in fact, he'll tell the same story he told back then, that he was molested. And then somewhere in here it goes on about the second kid. So there you go. They're going to, nail his ass to the wall. In spite of that slimeball Mark Garagos, man, he just makes me ill. And,
yeah,
a little later on, I don't want to, bury the audience with Michael Jackson stuff, but.
Please.
No, seriously, this is from the Examiner, which I think is slightly less credible, but nevertheless, DNA, and this ties in with a story we had a couple of weeks ago, DNA tests for Jacko's kids. If it's discovered that Michael's been lying about being the kid's real father, prosecutors will dig even deeper to find out what else he's been hiding. It's the old deal about if you lie about one thing, just like how stupid it was to make up the story about being brutalized by the police.
Yeah.
Because when it's obvious to anybody with a half a brain who isn't one of your sycophants that you're lying through your teeth about that, then it's probably like you're lying about everything else. It's like if Greg Reed tells you what day of the week it is, you probably figure he's making it up because he lies so much. See what I'm saying?
I see.
It's called no credibility is what it's called. By the way, Greg, thanks for screwing up our lives. How many votes we got? I'm going to be watching this poll, 211. You know what we need today?
What?
We need 700 by 2 o'clock or George is doing the show the rest of the week. What? Hey, while you were on vacation, Josh can testify to this. We had, didn't we go over 800 one day while we were on the air?
We went over 9.
Did we?
Yeah.
One day we went over 800 and one day we went over 900. And the reason we had such a tremendous response is because the audience knew you weren't there.
That's right.
But what I find works even better is if we threaten to put you on the air, then they steal other people's computers so they can vote again.
Me too.
211 votes. We need 700 by 2 o'clock on there. It's a tall order, I admit that. You can do it. Here's a great piece of copy. Are you ready for your New Year's resolution? Well, Balance for Life has got it for you. It's the convenient, affordable weight loss and eat healthy gourmet meal delivery service that we've been talking about for a long time now. Katrina's lost 15 pounds on it, by the way. She's doing great. Nice going, girl. Too busy to eat right? Too tired to cook tonight? No time for shopping? Hate doing the dishes? Tired of that afternoon drowsiness? No time for the gym? Balance for Life is your answer. They combine the knowledge of zone-based nutrition with special emphasis on the glycemic values of your carbohydrates and deliver right to your door 3 hormonally balanced gourmet meals, 2 delicious snacks, even a 16-ounce bottle of water right to your doorstep by 6 o'clock every morning in your little black sack. And now, it seems the famous Dr. Atkins may be changing his tune. He's changing his tune. Listen, can you hear him?
I hear.
In his new book, Age-Defying Diet Revolution, he speaks exclusively about zone-based principles such as the glycemic index being a useful tool for selecting foods, eating at least 3 full meals a day, essential for keeping your blood sugar steady, and if I read this whole thing, it'll be a 10-minute spot. And the list goes on. So get with the real controlled and proven weight loss and eat healthy lifestyle. They even let you choose between 2 alternatives for each meal every day that you're on the program. No shopping, no cooking, nothing else to choose but filling out that menu once a week. And the on-staff dietitian will consult with you weekly to guarantee your success. So if you're tired of being fat, if you made that New Year's resolution to lose weight, here's the way to do it. Call Balance for Life today and start losing weight on that scale right away. Call 954-568-3229. 568-3229, or check them out on the web at balanceforlife.com.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Oh. Even though the ex-wife of record producer Phil Spector has said nothing but mean, hateful things for the past 29 years, the former Ronette has apparently changed her tune.
Ooh, child, I means to tell you, this is a good man. Even though Phil kept me locked up in the basement and fed me nothing but rice and sour Skittles, it's a good man. Even though he beat me within an inch of my life with his Chuck Taylor canvas high-top Converse sneakers, that's a good man. I don't believe he killed anybody, at least not ways on purpose. By the way, I'll be appearing at the Lake Tahoe Red Roof Inn on New Year's Day in the lobby from 3 till 5. I'll be singing, be my baby, be my little baby. Woo, child, I still got the pipes. It's a charity show to benefit me. And, of course, this one's for the children. There's a pretty good chance my friend Eddie Money may swing by the LTRI to take me home tonight. Ooh, I scare myself with my marvelous voice. Anyways, these charges against my ex-husband is phooey. Hong Kong phooey. Sure, he tried to kill me once, but not by his own self. He hired a kill man. That's totally different. We had a disagreement about me wanting to eat pixie sticks instead of sour Skittles down in the basement, and he flew off the hammer and hired a kill man. I was bruised, but not died. In conclusions, let me say this. Phil Spector's an innocent man until not proven innocent by a jury of 12 people who don't like his toupee. I blame Paul McCartney for this incident, for putting out the Naked album and taking all the hard work by my ex Phil and leaving it off the record down on the floor. That's caca, that's poo-poo, and it drove him to the killing that he didn't do. I must go. Back to Margo.
Ronnie Spector's opinion does not necessarily reflect those of any right-thinking person. Medication during the interview provided by Bristol-Myers Squibb.
11:20 at 560 WQM. The Mad Dog is back from vacation at 2.
All right.
And then you got the Humper, the Load at 4 from Shula Steak 2, 4 to 7. Hurricane Hotline at 7 from Tony Roma's. The Big 8 to 10 tonight. Eddie K 10 to 2 and Joe and Mark overnight 2 to 5 at a.m. So we're back to like a regular schedule, it would appear to me.
So it seems.
So I guess we're going to have to lower that bar a little bit. Okay, first day back. 600.
4.
Because we did,
4.
Get out of here. We did 500 on Friday, and Friday was still part of the, 4 votes. 500. If we don't get 500 by 2 o'clock votes on this poll, George, no, what did I say? 600. See, you caught me into it. 600. Then George is working the rest of the week, and I'm taking another week vacation. I got a whole bunch left. Here's the fax that says, have you tried these Z-Carb chocolate bars? No, I have not. You ever hear of that?
Do you want me to send you the 5 pages of propaganda that followed that fax?
No.
All right.
It says, I've had only the dark chocolate, but they're freaking awesome. No sugar and best of all, none of the crap-at-alls, no maltitol, sorbitol, no crap-at-all. They're made with Splenda. Well, that sounds splendid. Fabulous. I think that you prefer milk chocolate. No, actually, I like it dark. My guys, I like light. My chocolate, I like dark. And I haven't tried that yet. It says, but if the quality is anything like the dark chocolate, I think you'll really enjoy them. I bet I could go online and find Z-Carb chocolate bars.
Yeah. Easy.
It says, here's the weird thing mentioned in the Time Magazine article. You can find them at least a couple of flavors at 7-Eleven of all places. We got 7-Eleven here? No, 7-Eleven. I got the dark chocolate with macadamia nut and loved it. I'm ordering a case today. I'm putting this over here in my take a puke at it later pile. Thanks, Mark. In spite of the fact that you're ripping him an ass. Who is the most overrated major celebrity of all time? Not just one category, of all time. 232 votes. A little on the weak side, if you ask me. We'll never make 600. You better start getting some pool ideas for the rest of your week.
No, nothing. I'll play bits.
Oprah Winfrey, 75. Barbara Streisand, 35. James Dean, 32. Celia Cruz, 27. Dick Clark, 15. Frank Sinatra, 13. Jim Carrey, 11. Jerry Lewis is stuck on 7. Dr. Phil 5, Johnny Carson 4, Elvis 4, Neil Diamond 3, and Jerry Seinfeld's got only 1. I don't think Seinfeld's going to give very many because it's another one of those state of mind things. You're supposed to like Seinfeld. Just like you were supposed to love MASH.
Right.
Happy Days.
Oh, no. No.
Yes.
No. Who said that? Fonzie?
I know. Tom Bosley said it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. We had one lady on there today with a suggestion for our poll. No. Not a one. We did have Chronic Joe on there, though. That was good. And we had Reverend Jones twice already, just getting started. WQAM, hello.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
Got a suggestion for the poll.
Go right ahead.
How about Jesus?
Jesus Christ. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. Jesus.
See.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to Neil.
Speaking.
Neil, how you doing today, buddy?
All right, Pally.
No, that's not Neil. It's George, isn't it?
No, it's not George. George don't say Pally, okay? Spicks don't say Pally.
Hiya, Pally.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
What do you
Neil.
got for us, sir? Speak to me, yes.
Yeah, Neil. Hey, if you don't get enough votes, what we'll do, we'll call Joe Carroyo back and we'll get some dead votes from Miami.
All right. 5670560, pound 560 on it. How many we got now? We got to get 600, George. We got over 500 Friday when it didn't look like there was any chance. We only got 240 now. So, just do the math. We got to get over 300 by noon because then it starts slacking off a little bit when they go to lunch and they start turning over to Rush. 240. What? I don't want to play Butch Boss, but I'm just telling you the chances of 600 look pretty slim to me. I'm putting a heavy load on the audience's shoulders today. 600, that would be like half the people we got left listening. Thanks a lot, Greg.
Cyber Cafe.
Thanks a lot, Greg. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, please.
Yes, sir, speaking.
Hey, Woody Allen
Woody Allen's a fine choice.
and Gloria Estefan.
An even better choice.
All righty.
Have a great New Year, man.
Same to you. Bye.
Gloria Estefan. Can she sing?
No.
Can she act?
No.
Does she make any sense?
No.
Is she just a grandstanding bitch?
Yes.
There you go.
She did
Gloria
movies?
Estefan. No, I'm just saying.
okay.
Where's the talent lie? Is there any talent inside that body at all?
No.
She's a hell of a boat operator, though, I'll tell you that. Her and her husband, the both of them. 5670560 pound. What's his name? Emilio.
Who did they say before that? Because we got distracted by Gloria.
Woody Allen.
Ah, yes.
And Gloria Estefan. See, Woody Allen to me is just like, he's just neurotic. You know?
I like some of his older movies.
Like?
Annie Hall.
Didn't see it.
Bananas.
Didn't see it. You want to know why?
Because you don't like him?
Because if he's in it, I won't see it because I can't stand Woody Allen. He's neurotic. He's like a nebbish. He's just, I don't know. I just don't like looking at him.
Sleepers was funny.
Never seen it. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil,
Speaking.
I got one for you.
Go ahead.
Sly Stallone.
Sly Stallone is a magnificent choice. Have a great New Year, Pally. Sly Stallone. See, now they're getting it. Now they're starting to understand it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
26 past 11 at 560. Dr. Atkins is singing a different tune. Did you hear that? In fact, wasn't that other thing about that bit that we were playing about Roddy Spector singing a different tune? Everybody is singing a different tune. And you know what? Greg's going to be singing a different tune, too, come January 16 when he takes a look at the damage he's done to WQAM. Nice going, Greg. Just keeps building it up and then ripping it apart. Building it up and then tearing it apart. Lunatic. A crazy person on the loose. 26 past 11 at 560 WQAM. Speaking of meal replacements, speaking of stuff that tastes good as opposed to that other crap, how about Interex Diabetic, a truly delicious meal replacement drink that just happens to be made for people living with diabetes, but anybody who wants to cut their sugar intake down can drink it too and enjoy it. Interex Diabetic is sweetened with Splenda, which is made from sugar, so there's no aftertaste like you get with aspartame and saccharin. Recommended by doctors and dietitians for people who can't sacrifice proper nutrition just because they happen to be in a big hurry. Enterex Diabetic is a completely balanced nutritional supplement that provides all the essential vitamins and minerals needed for a healthy life, plus fiber and antioxidants, yet it's low in saturated fat and low in cholesterol too. In fact, Enterex Diabetic is also gluten-free and lactose-free too. An 8-ounce can provides 237 calories of easily digested nutrition. Try it once, you'll never go back to whatever else you were drinking before. In fact, the makers are so sure you're going to love Enterex Diabetic, they're giving away free full-size samples in vanilla and chocolate flavors to anybody who calls this toll-free number, 1-866-368-3739. 1-866-3739. What is it? 368-3739, or faster yet, order yourself samples at enterexdiabetic.com. Just click on free samples. Tell them that Neil sent you by for the delicious one and get an additional special gift. And you can buy it all over town now at Publix, Walgreens, Eckerd's, Navarro, Sedano's, CVS, and other local pharmacies too. Here's that toll-free number to call again for your free sample, 1-866-368-3739.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Hey, who you looking at?
Yeah, Sly is a nutcase. You can't look directly at him. You cannot look in his eyes. If you do, your job goes bye-bye. He'd say, when I come in a room, you leave it, you leave without turning around. It's no wonder they didn't last that long. Just slice the love, first class kind of nut job. Cost these five guys their job, and now they're suing you and your wife. You slice the love, and if you speak to his mom, just pack your bags 'cause you're gone. This kind of treatment just ain't right. You slice the loaf.
Can't complain about his talent. He don't have any. And you were the one telling me about how much you liked Rocky, which just shocked the crap out of me.
It didn't go on or nothing. I said it was okay. It was
You
fun.
went on at great lengths. You said it was one of the greatest movies of all time.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Now, seriously, how could you say you enjoyed that movie?
I enjoyed that movie, and I also enjoyed First Blood. With
Oh,
Sylvester
no!
Stallone, like that.
Holy crap.
But not the other ones.
But now Magnolia.
Oh, I like Magnolia a lot.
11:32 at 560. I just can't hear you anymore. Dan Rather of CBS, somebody says. They put Dan Rather on there. The most overrated. Okay. Would we say Dan Rather is a celebrity?
We'd rather not, but we'll do it anyway.
Is he a celebrity?
He's celebrated. He's a celebrity.
Okay. I'm just asking, just double checking. Let's get him on there. Now let's see. We're going for 600 votes by 2 o'clock, or George does all the rest of the shows Tuesday through Friday this week. We got 274. I think we got a shot. Now on Friday, I thought we had no chance at all for 500, and we kind of like chickened away. We backed away from that. And then all of a sudden there toward the end, it just a phenomenal response. Just because they were terrified you were going to be back on again. The most overrated major celebrity of all time, Oprah Winfrey, 81. Nobody can touch Oprah, and quite frankly, who the hell would want to? Barbara Streisand, 42. That'd be a good poll question. How much would she have to pay you for you to bone her? Ooh. Now don't put the bone in her nose, by the way. Make it into a racial thing.
See, I don't know if it's possible, Stephen.
Put the bone in her nose?
I guess there's Viagra.
Oprah's got 83. Barbara Streisand, 42. About a 2-to-1 margin there out of 278 votes. James Dean, 35, doing very well. Jimmy Dean. Celia Cruz, 31. Dick Clark, 19. Frank Sinatra, 14. Dr. Phil, who was a late addition, got 13. He's zooming up the list. Maybe he can be there with his gal pal. Jim Carrey, 12. Jerry Lewis, 9. Johnny Carson, 7. Elvis Presley, 6. Jerry Seinfeld, 4. Neil Diamond, 3. Neil Diamond ought to be doing better than that. He blows. Although you like Neil Diamond.
His old stuff.
Like Sweet Caroline.
Yeah, Longfellow Serenade.
Huh?
Cracklin' Rose.
Cracklin' Rosie is a hoe, whatever that is. He's terrible.
I think you're an anti-Semite. Don't like Woody
What bothers me the most about him is he really believes that every song he makes is like an epic classic. He's like, Holly, Holy. No, seriously, you know what I'm saying. He thinks he's a hot stuff.
And all that jazz singer crap, that was really nauseating. And
Yeah, he ain't no Al Jolson, I'll tell you that.
No.
Anyway, Sean in Hollywood says he nominates the most unfunny person of all time, Andy Kaufman. He said he's about as funny as the later stages of Ebola, and his minions throw around the word genius like he's the Stephen Hawking of comedy. He said there's never been a movie made about Leonardo da Vinci, but they spent millions to deify this turd. How do you like that?
You turd.
Andy Kaufman, get him on there.
On there.
Okay. I'll tell you who's a real turd, not for our list because he's not famous. Although he is now. He sure got a lot of publicity out of it, that Steve Irwin guy, the crocodile guy.
Yeah.
What an asshole. Now, see, there's another thing where you and I disagree. Oh, by the way, I found out something fascinating over the weekend. I can't reveal my source.
Okay.
You know, I was talking on Friday about the fact that Miss Fudge is yanking it while he's listening to this show.
Uh-huh.
Guess what he wears? He's got pink silk panties that he puts on at about 9:45 every morning to get ready for this show.
On his head?
He puts it on right on his head. Can't you just see it now?
I'm trying not to picture it.
My. Nice going, Matt. Miss Fudge. By the way, I hope his nursemaid's taking good care of him, changing his diapers and changing that emptying out the bag every couple of hours anyway. Crocodile hunter Steve Irwin snapped back at critics who have accused him of endangering his month-old son's life by holding him while hand-feeding a crocodile, saying today he would even do it again. What I would do differently is I would make sure there were no cameras around, he told Network 9's TV nationally broadcast current affair program. When I was a very small boy, my dad did the same for me. For me. Not to me, but for me. In fact, when I was 9 years old, he let me jump, restrain, and capture my first crocodile. Oops, what a shame he didn't have like a little incident, you know? Child welfare advocates have said the TV hero endangered his son Robert in the incident Friday, drawing comparisons, and I thought of exactly the same thing. Comparisons with pop star Michael Jackson, who dangled his infant out of a hotel window in Berlin in November of last year.
And Michael Jackson is not a qualified child dangler.
He's not?
No.
I hear he's held a lot of children real close and tight.
All right. Well, good point.
Mm-hmm. And he hangs on to them real tight is what I'm hearing. In fact, that's how he likes them, is real tight. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I don't care what anybody says. This guy's an asshole.
He's an asshole, but
if he would have stumbled and fallen, just like you said before the show when you were singing a different tune like Dr. Atkins.
No.
People exploit little kids all the time.
Right. It's show business.
Right. Carnival, circus
right.
families, the Wallendas, and oh gee, he fell down, he's dead, but wasn't he brave, stuff like that.
That's their family.
Right. Kind of like the Jehovah's Witnesses, same thing. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I got a call for Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got a name for the poll.
Go ahead.
Wayne Newton.
Wayne Newton is a fabulous choice, sir. Donkey chain. In fact, I think that's the winner, don't you?
I wish I could change my vote.
I do too. I think he'd go past Oprah like she was laying out still. Like she was in the prone position. Wayne Newton. Get him on there right away. Thank you, Eric, by the way, for putting up with us. 295 votes. We're going to have 300 well before noon. So we got a shot. Which I don't know what I'm celebrating about. I should be saying, hey, don't vote. But I don't want to fix it.
Make Neil work.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Mad Dog is back today at 2 after missing many, many days.
About 30, man.
Taking an extended vacation after really screwing off. And I guess the pressure of that Dolphin season. How's that Dolphin playoff picture look?
Sorry, what?
Oh, that's bad. See, there he goes, rubbing it, and that's why they hate you here, Neil. That's why everybody in South Florida hates you, because you're a Patriot fan, and the Patriots won their last 12 in a row, and they finished 14-2, and because they are kicking serious ass. I'll tell you one thing, they better really fear the Colts all of a sudden. Do you see that Denver game, Josh?
I did.
46-10 or something like that. I mean, they just wiped their ass with them, man.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
It was unbelievable. Well, Denver's not all that good anyway. Of course, keep in mind who used to be their quarterback. Hey, Brian, don't keep falling down, baby. 5670560. Now, what game did Bob Greasy do over the weekend? He didn't do the Orange Bowl game, did he? What game did he do? Did he do the Orange Bowl?
I don't know. I was present.
I think he done it. And, man, he sure looked very incoherent to me. I don't want to, I don't want anybody to misunderstand what I'm saying. He looked a little lost. Maybe after that tough season that his son Brian had with the Dolphins, man, maybe that's why Bob is like doing the old, bob and weave. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I had a couple for your list. I don't know if
Go
you're
right ahead.
taking more than one, but how about John Wayne?
John Wayne is sensational. See, again, the question is of all time.
Yeah, see, he's dead, but he's still pretty annoying.
Right.
And I got a couple that I don't like. Mick Jagger, can't stand him. Ben Stiller, sucks. Ray Romano, another one.
Wait a minute, I can't write that fast. Mick Jagger, Ben Stiller.
Ray Romano.
Yeah.
Will Smith. And one that I can't stand that so many people love is Jamie Lee Curtis. I can't stand
poor
her.
Jamie Lee. They don't come more butcher than Jamie Lee.
No, they don't.
Okay,
And Michael
thanks a lot.
Jackson never had sex with a female, Neil.
Amen.
See you, Neil.
Okay. And the sky looks blue to me. Jamie Lee Curtis, daughter of Tony Curtis, a.k.a. Bernie Schwartz. And remember, he sure had some really interesting taste, Bernie Schwartz.
Right. And mother.
Who told me that? Richie Simmons told me that.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. He said he was a Schmidt expert, something like that.
Might sound
Yes?
like a stupid question, but since how does she spell Lee in Jamie Lee? Like L-E-E or like her mom?
Like Pinky Lee? Brenda Lee?
Okay. Got it.
Brandon Lee?
Lee Jeans.
302 votes. We're over 300, and it's only 20 till noon at QAM.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Peace, a sense of well-being, a sense of self-worth, it comes from the inside out. It doesn't come from the outside in.
Dr. Phil drives me up a wall. There's no substance there at all. Texas metaphors that don't mean a damn thing. Dr. Phil's brain isn't where they walk. He's a Mr. Know-it-all. Never want to see him wearing a G-string.
That's crazy.
Dr. Phil, why do your eyes do that? Dr. Phil, try to lose some of your own fat.
What makes you think that you have the right to judge him for gaining a few pounds? And what are you doing buying into it, you idiot?
Dr. Phil giving folks high fives while he screams at poor housewives about eating more than any human should. Dr. Phil, please just bag it down. You're a freaking circus clown.
Yes.
Try to handle things like your friend Oprah.
That's crazy.
Dr. Phil, stop. Retire, go away. Dr. Phil, stop. Just leave and take your son Jay.
I think I'd like the crocodile guy, Steve Irwin, better if he was holding on to, say, Gary Coleman.
Okay.
Huh?
Sure.
Maybe Macaulay Culkin several years ago. Although Michael would have got upset about that. Guess who's listening, George?
I'm listening.
Oh, wrong Howard. Howard from New Jersey, who faithfully listens on the Internet.
I'm listening.
Thanks, Howard.
Absolutely.
He says, just got back from Fort Lauderdale. Look for you in Winn-Dixie and Publix on Nob Hill, but to no avail. Well, guess what? I wasn't there, number one. And number two, I don't shop in either of those places anyway. I shop in Publix at the Sawgrass, baby. That's where the good people are. I'm not knocking the other Publix. Winn-Dixie, I don't... Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
Oh. Anyway, it's a good choice, Howard in Jersey. It says one person I've never understood who should be on your list, Bill Cosby. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Others who would get votes, Harrison Ford?
What is he now?
I think that's anti-semantic, if you ask
Sure.
me. Harrison Ford is great.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
I can't. Larry King. Now, how about Larry King, huh?
Uh-huh.
Let's reset the poll so I can revote.
How could we have forgotten Larry King, who's known all over the world? Do you know what? I'm in Amsterdam, and I'm sitting there watching the cable in my room, which is very depressing, because when I had the apartment, I used to have 2 satellite dishes and actually could watch some really interesting stuff. But when you only got the cable, you got CNN, BBC, you got a few Dutch channels that have old English shows with the Dutch subtitles, but they're English audio.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got National Geographic comes on there, so if you want to watch, animals eating other animals, you can watch that for a while, but then you kind of like start losing your appetite, which is good in Amsterdam because the food sucks. Don't go there. Larry King and Cher. I think Cher certainly deserves a little shot at it, don't you?
Yeah, why not?
Let's share the fame.
Love. Share the love.
Share the love with Cher. Oh, and I'm so glad that I just caught out of the corner of my eye on CNN moments ago during the break A story that I had buried in my pile. Guess what it's about?
I give up.
Fat. You know what the fattest city is? You probably already saw it.
No.
Fattest city in the U.S. Okay, let me take a couple of calls, then we'll let you guess. It's not Geneva, New York.
Okay.
WQAM.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
how about that Ashton Kutcher? He's pretty talentless.
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah. Have a
Okay,
good
you
one,
got it,
Bob.
pal. What do you say?
Have a good one.
Bub. Okay, Bubba. Ashton Kutcher. Coochie Coochie Coo. I'm not really sure about him, you know what I mean? You follow what I'm saying?
No. What do you mean?
I'm not really sure about him. 5670560. Let's get him on there, though. Pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Let's build a big list, because the more names we got on there, George, that means the more votes we're going to get.
Right.
See? And if we can get to 600 by 2 o'clock, 327 right now, we'll probably have about 350 by noon. I think you got a shot at 600. And then, of course, tomorrow it'll be 700. We'll just keep up in the ante every day, you know.
You bastard.
Anti-Neil, anti-this.
Antichrist.
That's me. WQAM.
Hey, Neil, I got a couple for your poll.
Okay, in fact, maybe the number tomorrow, the threshold will be 666. Yes, sir.
Actually, there's three of them. I don't know. Patrick Swayze. I don't know if they've been mentioned yet. Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
Sandra Bullock. The girl, you know, Sandra Bullock.
I know her well, yes. Wait a minute, who was the second one? Keanu Reeves, right.
Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze, and Sandra Bullock. Those are the three that I have.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. Thanks a lot, pal.
Hey,
Excellent choice. Go ahead. Don't
One
get
more
all
thing.
panicky.
Jeez, you're going to hang up on me so quick.
I'm not hanging up on you. My finger is in a different place.
Well, the thing is that, you know, I've been listening for years and years and years and years, and the one thing I cannot stand is that when people call up, the first thing they ask you is how you're doing. I wish people would just stop asking you how you're doing.
Not only that, what'll happen is they'll say, how you doing? And I'll say, okay. And they'll say, is this Neil? I'll say, oh, how you doing? You know, like, and I'll say that just as well as I was doing 2 seconds ago when you asked me the first time, you asshole.
Exactly, and it's
Right.
wasted at least 2,600 hours of my listening time for their stupidity. But one other thing I just want to say, my pet went in an MVP and came out a most valuable pet. That's it.
Okay. And how you doing? What did he say?
I was hoping you could
His
translate.
pet went in an MVP. It came out a most valuable pet. Duh. Okay. He was doing so good until then, too, you know. Good list, although Sandra Bullock, I take exception to that. I like her.
I like her, too.
She can be a little bit too cutesy at times. I do understand that, but I think that guy would probably, he'd grab her in a second if he could.
I could beat him to her.
Right. Now, she's cute. But she's sometimes a little bit too cutesy, depending on the role she's got. She was very good in that movie with Ben Affleck. She was good in that. What was that movie?
Forces of Nature?
No, that wasn't it. Forces of Nature? Was that the name of it,
That was
really?
the one with Ben. I never saw it.
With Ben Affleck? Anyway, she's cute. Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze, I would agree, especially Patrick Swayze, was it Dirty Dancing or Footloose?
Dirty Dancing. Footloose was Kevin Bacon, who was in that movie.
See, I always
with
get
Meryl
those two
Streep.
confused. I like Kevin Bacon. He's good.
Yes, he is.
And he used to be on Guiding Light. By the way, speaking of Guiding Light, I'm sorry, I can't follow that anymore. It's getting a little bit too esoteric for me. And Passions, man, Passions isn't going anywhere. It isn't going anywhere between Eve and Julian and Eve, and nothing's happening. Aren't you getting a little bit burned out on it?
Oh, yeah.
Although Sheridan still looks pretty good. You still have to see Sheridan.
I saw her.
And?
She's hot. I'll take her.
Okay. Well, you ought to be a little more excited about her than that. She's extra hot. She makes Britney look like Oprah, okay? Now, I'm serious. Sheridan, to me, I don't know what her name is, the actress that plays her on Passions, but she's just, if you like built a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I keep trying.
All of the parts. Now, I'm not talking about dressing up. Your good friend PR Ralph says, oh yeah, when's the draft party? It's in April, Ralph. He says, I hope you have an excellent year and supplies with great entertainment like always. Well, guess what, Ralph? The price is right. He says, here's one for your list. Howard Davis, morning host. Well, first of all, he's not a major celebrity, number one. And secondly, that's a cute name, Howard Davis. It says, don't mention the Dolphins, definitely under any circumstances, Big Blue, Michigan, or Rose Bowl in the same sentence because Mad Dog will be upset. Yeah, Michigan got their clock cleaned, too, pretty bad. Who beat them up, Josh?
USC.
Oh, that's right, it was USC. It was the Rose Bowl. Oh, man, I watched a lot of that game because I sure like that USC quarterback. But, man, oh, man, did they get their asses kicked or what?
Yeah.
I loved it. I'd be pretty embarrassed, Mad Dog, having my team get their asses kicked like that. Although Michigan State got beaten some meaningless game, but we don't get all bent out of shape about it like Michigan. But Michigan's like a religion. And as far as the Dolphins are going, how's their playoff season? What are their playoff pictures shaping up as? Anyway, fattest city in America. Guess what?
Chicago.
We'll keep going. What is it?
Chicago.
No, they don't live long enough to get fat in Chicago. They keep getting murdered.
Oh, here?
Oh, by the way, I have the official total. We discussed it on Friday. Chicago had the highest number of murders last year in the U.S., 599. Toronto had 65. It was in yesterday's newspapers here, 65. And again, the one guy's trying to say Chicago is twice the population of the metro area. Not quite, like 9 million to 5 million, but almost twice. Okay, so you double 65, you got 130 compared to 599. Got it?
Got it.
So Chicago's got the most murders, but not the most fat people. Okay, guess again.
West Palm Beach.
Come on, get serious.
Miami.
Big city.
Miami.
No. Okay, we'll continue. We'll just keep going on it until you guess it. And don't be looking it up. Don't be checking it out. Don't be cheating on it.
I won't.
The most overrated major celebrity of all time is Oprah so far. She's got 99, that big tub of crap. Got $1 billion and she's got oh man, I'm jealous. Not just the money part. Sure, I'd like to have the money. But the influence, the power that she has over those simpleton women. She puts Rush to shame, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's got the ditto heads and they'll listen. Oh, whatever you say, Rush, let it up, you know. But if she says fart, they bend over, man. You can smell it all over the country. Oh, there's that asshole with the kid.
We'll hear from the crocodile
guy. Yeah, drop the little, oops, there it goes. Maybe he's just trying to get rid of it. Maybe it was an unwanted baby, George. You ever think of that?
We have crocodile. We live on a canal.
Yeah.
A little brackish, though. No crocs in that. No alligators.
Oprah Winfrey, 99. Barbara Streisand, cross-eyed bitch with a big mouth, 52. James Dean, 36. I like that a lot. I'm ecstatic. I never thought he'd do that well. Celia Cruz, 34. She's right on James Dean's ass, and he's probably liking that. Dr. Phil, because she's got a big strap on. Dr. Phil McGraw, 25. Dick Clark, 19. How do you like that? They've turned on Dick. Frank Sinatra, 16. Jim Carrey, 12. Jerry Lewis is tied with Elvis Presley at 10. Johnny Carson, 8. Jerry Seinfeld, 7. Neil Diamond, 3. Wayne Newton, 3. See, there are probably a lot of people like us wish we could change our vote. John Wayne, 3. Andy Kaufman, 2. Woody Allen, 2. Larry King has got a pair. Dan Rather, 1. Bill Cosby, 1. Gloria Stefan's got 1. Ashton Kutcher's got 1. And no votes yet for Mick Jagger, Ben Stiller, Ray Romano, Will Smith, Jamie Lee Curtis, Cher, Sly Stallone, Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves, or Sandra Bullock out of 349. It's just about noon, and we got 349 votes. What's your take?
We'll do it.
We'll do the 600?
Yes.
Hey, here's a great idea for you. Instead of standing in the kitchen getting all worked up over a hot stove, why not let our friends at the Emerald Coast, the world's #1 Asian buffet restaurant, do all the cooking for you? Start out your mouth-watering eating experience with any 1 or 2 or 3 or all 6 different kind of great soups. And then sample dozens of succulent entrees like New York strip made to order on their sizzling Asian grill, along with the brand new seafood Saint-Jacques. Enjoy oysters on a half shell every night. And if that's not enough, try the Alaskan stone crab, middle-neck clams, jumbo shrimp scampi, and now for the first time, steamed Maine lobster on the weekends at the Emerald Coast. If you still have room, try the hand-carved prime rib and their new Thai specialties. The Emerald Coast, don't forget, it'll never give you a headache because they don't use any crap in their cooking. They cook only with cholesterol-free oils, no MSG, no cornstarch, only the best ingredients going anywhere. The buffet features a full salad bar, the new sushi bar, fresh shrimp cocktail, and because they figure if you got a big pupik like a lot of people that come in there, you might have room for dessert left over too. So they feature a full dessert station featuring Belgian waffles, pies, cakes, pastries, ice cream with all your favorite toppings, and fresh fruit. By the way, speaking of ice cream, I'm hooked on that Ben & Jerry's Coffee Toffee Crunch.
You're gonna die.
Remember that Schwarzer guy that called me in that one day a couple of months ago? He was right. You were right, pal. It's a disease, man. Coffee Toffee Crunch, Ben & Jerry's. Anyway, 3 Emerald Coast locations for you. They're in Sunrise, Pine Island of 44th Street, They're on Collins Avenue, just north of prestigious 163rd Street in North Miami Beach, and you'll find them at the intersection of Flamingo and Pembroke Roads in Pembroke Pines. So take the whole family or book your next business luncheon right now, and let our friends at the Emerald Coast do all the cooking for you. Takeout and delivery available, too. Call 954-572-3822. 954-572-3822 for the original, the best in the universe, the Emerald Coast Chinese Buffet.
Live and local. This is 560.
The radio's all yours now.
QAM.
This is Mark Morgan. It's the 12 to 1 hour on QAM.
Want to do something good for yourself, huh? Come on in. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. If you don't like the way you look, then change it. Change it. If you don't like the way your stuff is, rearrange it. Rearrange it. We'll fix your scars, we'll tie your tubes, we'll give you Pam Anderson boobs. There's not a change we can't do to make a brand new you, Dr. Boogaboo. Hey, happy holidays there, there. I'm Dr. Longjean Boogaboo, and I am a pretty good, not so bad plastic surgeon. There's nothing I can't do for you. I can staple, I can do. I can tuck, I can pull. I'm the best guy you'll ever see. Plus, I'm running a holiday special. So come in and let me do over your whole body. There's not a change we can't do to make a brand new you, Dr. Boogaboo. Come down and see me, Dr. Longjean Boogaboo. Let me introduce you to one of my happy clients. Say hello, Bobby. Say hello, Bobby. Oh, that's right. We did a little jaw reconstruction on Bobby. How's it going? You look a little thin. Can you open it all? Can you open it all? Not at all? That's perfect! You look great! Oh, no, there's no problem. You're welcome. You're welcome. Happy holidays. Yeah, sure, it's painful and it hurts like hell when you come to. You're gonna scream and yell, but whatever you do, don't try and sue Dr. Boogaboo. Good news. Next year, I'm getting a license. All right.
1202 at 560 WQM. We got 374 votes on there. You got a shot at 600 by 2 o'clock. And any second now, we're going to be seeing the color images from Mars.
All right.
You excited about that?
Sure.
So everybody who's listening, just look at your little speaker there in your radio, and as soon as we get them for you, we're going to flash it. And the pictures, too. Oh, look at this. Kimbo in for Hank, whose voice is am shot. His voice am shot?
His voice am shot.
From what?
Anybody's got like a laryngitis cold, he's seeing the doctor about it.
He's seeing the doctor again? The load is at the doctor's office again? Hey, Hank, you better lose an ounce or two before I get back. I'm going to be inspecting it. God. Last time I was there, it's heartbreaking, you know it?
Yeah.
And I'm not one to talk either, because I ballooned up these last couple of days over the weekend. Yeah. 195. Oh, no. Did you hear that?
I heard it.
I thought I whispered real low. 195. Oh, God. Well, even Dr. Atkins is singing me a different tune these days.
Roll out the barrel.
Short Fat Fanny he was singing. Let's see. Here's the facts. We are really a dope, man, to leave off Bob Hope. The worst, the most over. But it's good. Give everybody else a head start. Him and Wayne Newton. Give everybody. And keep in mind, see, who is the most overrated major celebrity of all time?
Right.
Catch what I'm saying? Of course, it's an age thing. If you're not an old-timer like me, you don't remember, who's somebody like ancient?
Rudolph Valentino.
You know something? That's exactly who I was thinking of. Oh, my God.
We've been working together too long.
That's exactly who I was thinking of, that queen who married all those bulldykes, Paula Negri and all those. What a coincidence. That woman he married was a dyke.
Yeah, it was just a coincidence.
Yeah. But anyway, Valentino. Well, did you ever see any of his movies?
Sure. The Arabian one. Yeah, I saw that.
Right. I saw that at the, what the hell's the name of the place at the Eastman House in Rochester where they have the movie thing? Huh?
The Bijou Max.
No. Well, whatever the hell it is. I saw that a zillion years ago. And, of course, it's hard to tell if somebody's a great actor when they're in silent movies.
That's no,
right?
That's
when
no
they're not
indicator,
speaking.
Right.
But nobody would know from him now anyway, so we're not going to put him on there. But it's got to be somebody ancient, who was very highly overrated, but the problem is that most of the actors and actresses from those days, were great.
Right, most.
Like Bela Lugosi.
That's right.
How's Martin Landau doing? He's still on there with Larry talking about James
Lon
Dean.
Chaney, freaking genius.
Lon Chaney was great. Lon Chaney Jr. was great. A little on the hairy side, but he was good.
Nevertheless.
Shylock Holmes. What was his name?
Was it Nigel something?
No, Nigel Bruce played Dr. Watson.
Oh, okay.
Razzle Rathbone, I used to call him. Basil Rathbone was a great actor. He was in a lot of good movies, but they were all great actors and actresses. Now you got so much crap, especially the TV people, like Oprah. The most overrated major celebrity of all time, Oprah's kicking ass, man. That big, fat, disgusting bitch has got 106. Barbara Streisand, 57, a solid second. James Dean, 37. Celia Cruz is crawling up on Jimmy's ass with 36. Dr. Phil, 29. Dick Clark, 20. Sinatra, 16. Jim Carrey, 12. Elvis, 11. Elvis is climbing up. Jerry Lewis has got 10. Everybody else in single digits. Okay, next guess is on the fattest city in America.
Seattle.
No. Keep going.
Las Vegas.
I'll give you a clue. A lot of dark people there.
Detroit.
All right. Oh. Now that must just be a coincidence, huh?
Well, why do they call it Motown?
Because Mo was once there.
Absolutely.
Doing a ball game. Doing a basketball game. A lot of dark folks playing in that game, too. This city, judged the nation's fattest for the past 3 years, is starting to look thinner. Houston, Texas. But only when it's measured against Detroit. Houston second. Men's Fitness magazine in its February issue, due out this month, has got the 25. Now, see, they don't have the whole list. That's what pisses me off. And I tried to find it online. I couldn't find the whole. I guess I have to buy the stupid magazine. And, of course, if you buy Men's Fitness magazine, you know what that means, don't you?
Sure.
You're gay.
Yeah. The scales tipped Detroit's way because of a jump in TV viewing, a worsening commute time, and a scarcity of gyms, the magazine said. I guess they're leaving out the fried chicken factor. Houston officials were pleased, although the 6th annual survey made it clear they could still lose to Stan more than just a few pounds. We were ecstatic not to be the fattest city again, said Lee Labrada, a former Mr. Universe who was named Houston's fitness czar, their first ever in 2002. Told of Detroit's designation, Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick ventured an explanation. Our city is the automotive capital of the world, he told TV station WXYZ. The culture here is you walk out of your house, you get in your car, you take a bus, and you go where you're going. Now, how different is that from South Florida?
Not
Listen
at
to it
all.
again.
Right.
You walk out of your house, you get in your car, and you take a bus or go where you're going. The difference being, of course, in South Florida is that you got the beaches, and you got people who actually play golf a little bit, maybe a little bit of tennis. You got people swim, things like that. Even though we do have enormous numbers of tubby, fat pieces of crap like me and the Beast and many others. Kilpatrick, a former college offensive lineman with about 300 pounds on his 6'4" frame, said he'll lead by example to encourage Detroit residents to lose weight. He plans to run a marathon in the coming year. Let's see. Here are the other top 10. Dallas, San Antonio, Fort Worth, Arlington, Chicago, Philadelphia, Cleveland, and Columbus.
Texas has like 5 of them?
Yeah. Fat. They're fat there. Let's see. 1, Houston, Dallas, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the top 10 are in Texas.
Nice grouping.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe they're eating too much of that Texas meat, you know?
The Texican fare.
Tex-Mex?
Yeah.
On a separate list. And, of course, keep in mind now who's in Texas.
Bush,
Beaners.
the Bush family. And
the
Beaners.
Bush family and the Beaners. Anything with a B.
One and the same,
Bastards.
actually, anymore.
Yahoos. Now, a separate list ranking the fittest cities. It only has number 1. Guess what is number? You'll never guess.
New York.
Let me give you a clue. Aloha.
Oh, really? Honolulu, Hawaii?
Honolulu, number 1 in fitness. Oh, yeah. Now, I guess they weren't counting those big, what do they call the Japanese, like the samurai guys?
The sumo wrestlers?
Yeah. Because there's
Right.
a lot of people like that in Hawaii, too. But they're the small exception, but there are many of those kind of like really, what are they?
The Polynesian people.
Right.
Bulk up.
Exactly. But the other people there, boy, the beaches in Hawaii are just, oh, man.
The beaches there.
The beaches there, the most beautiful. I guess they didn't count Celia Cruz when they were taking into effect Miami, huh? 5670560, because she not only couldn't sing, she not only had a gorilla face, but boy, was she a cow, huh?
She wasn't always from those pictures I used to get beat with.
Yeah. She wasn't always a fat cow?
Right.
She was slim and trim. In fact, maybe she wasn't fat at all. Maybe it was just that dress she was wearing.
Esa negrita que va caminando, esa negrita tiene su tumbao.
Increíble.
Y cuando la gente la va mirando, ella baila de lado, bien apretado, apretado, apretado. La negra tiene tumbao. Azúcar, azúcar.
We'll take your word for it, sweetheart. Pat Robertson says, God tells me it's Bush in a blowout.
Oh!
Yeah. Pat Robertson said Friday that God told him President Bush will be reelected in a landslide.
Jesus Christ.
In fact, isn't that what somebody we love said? Praise Bush like Jesus?
Right.
I think George Bush is going to win in a walk, the religious broadcaster said on his 700 Club program on the Virginia Beach-based Christian Broadcasting Network, which he founded. I really believe I'm hearing from the Lord it's going to be like a blowout election in 2004. It's shaping up that way.
He went on to say.
The Lord has just blessed him, Robertson said of Bush. I mean, he could make terrible mistakes and come out of it. It doesn't make any difference what he does, good or bad. God picks him up because he's a man of prayer, and God's blessing him.
That's right. As a matter of fact, since God's going to elect him, none of the Republicans need to show up to vote this time.
That's right. And all you white males out there, to our Bush people out there, guess what? We're going to keep you home on, in fact, why don't we get everybody laid on Election Day, huh? That sound like, huh?
Okay.
Sounds like a good idea. We'll find a bunch of sluts. We'll get a bunch of cheerleaders. And we'll send them around all over the place. Because Florida's supposedly going to be a pivotal state again. We got that on our website today.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of our website, for those of you who are like licking your wounds because I'm not sitting here reading, just pontificating hour after hour, and I'm not going to do that anymore. I mean, you know, some stuff I'll read, but just not like it was before. Too much. But all the good stories continue to be on our website as we work feverishly, along with Eric, to keep you, you know, those people who care enough to send their very best to take a look at what's going on, right? Which is the unfortunately the tiny minority of the people. Let me give you an example. On an average day, if we have, let's pick a number, 20 bedtime stories on our website.
Okay.
And we have 10,000 requests for pages. Assuming I understand how that works, and I'm still not so sure I do.
Let's pretend.
That means that there are, assuming that all those people who would go there would read all 20 stories, which I'm sure they might, that means that 500 people are looking at it. See what I'm saying?
I see.
In other words, on the same day, we might have 160, 200,000 hits, but those people aren't interested in that and those things. Follow?
I follow.
So does it make sense for me to do the show gearing it to those 500 people who are interested in, like, light bulb radio? Of course not. And I'm not knocking those people because I appreciate the fact that they look at what, I mean, it takes a lot of time to put that stuff together, right?
Right.
How many seconds?
About 30, man.
Oh, it takes a while to scour all of those different websites and try to find and pick and choose the stuff that you think really thinking people ought to be taking a puke at.
And stay awake while you're doing it.
Right. 405 votes, George. 405.
They can do it.
I think you got a shot. You got 2 hours for another 195 vote. The most overrated major celebrity of all time. Nobody's going to touch Oprah. She's got 110.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Missile toward a place we know and aim 'em at a fella whose first name begins with O. There's one thing we all understand. Al-Qaeda won't be finished until we blow up Pakistan.
Absolutely.
We could chase them round forever with our tanks and all our troops, but special forces are so tired of jumping through them hoops. You know we need another plan, so let's cut out all the nonsense and go blow up Pakistan. Al-Qaeda needs a nuclear tan. Yes. Why don't we stop pussyfooting and go blow up Pakistan?
Amen. Too much pussy footing, man.
Boom, boom.
Now, the reason I played that, you were aware, because I told you this story before the show. I don't want to read too much of it. It's on our website today. From rogue nuclear programs, web of trails leads to Pakistan.
Oi!
The Pakistani leaders who denied this is New York Times, who denied for years that scientists at the country's secret AQ Khan research laboratories were peddling advanced nuclear technology must have been averting their eyes from a most conspicuous piece of evidence. The laboratory's own sales brochure quietly circulated to aspiring nuclear weapons states and a network of nuclear middlemen around the world. The cover bears an official-looking seal that says Government of Pakistan and a photo of the father of the Pakistani bomb, Abdul Qadir Khan. It promotes components that were spin-offs from Pakistan's 3-decade-long project to build a nuclear stockpile of enriched uranium, set in a drawing that bears a striking resemblance to a mushroom cloud.
Oi!
In other nations, such sales would be strictly controlled, but Pakistan has always played by its own rules. As investigators unravel the mysteries of North Korean, Iranian, and now the Libyan nuclear projects, Pakistan, and those it empowered with knowledge and technology they're now selling on their own, has emerged as the intellectual and trading hub of a loose network of hidden nuclear proliferators. How do you like that? You can read the whole story on our website, neilrogers.com.
We knew it all along.
Yeah. So like I said, let's blow up Pakistan. Let's get them before they get us. Quit dicking around with horse and buggy countries like Iraq.
Yeah, but they're in our pocket.
Like they were firing off them RPGs from donkey carts.
Right.
They were.
I know.
Now, wait a minute. Are you looking at the CNN?
No, not yet. Oh, there
what
it
is
is.
That?
It's a Martian.
No, that's not a picture, though. Isn't that just a...
That's just a
simulation.
A back mat painting.
Right. Because I thought for just a second there that...
Live from Mars, like Kermit the Frog.
That Sky Miles O'Brien was sitting there on Mars, which would be a good place for him. Any minute we're going to be seeing the first pictures from Mars, and man, Ray Walston and Bill Bixby are going to be sitting up there in lawn chairs sunning themselves. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hi, I had a question. Is this George?
No, it's Neil.
Neil?
But you can speak to George if you want to.
No, actually, I had a question about the website. I read a couple of articles that were really interesting, and this was on Saturday, and then I went back to read them again so I could send them to a relative, and
Right.
you guys put all new articles up there.
Yeah, but you can go to the archives.
Features.
I looked for a link for that. Is that on the website?
Where it says features.
Right.
Just click on where it says features, and you can scroll back and go to, you pick the date.
Excellent. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
See ya. See, there's a guy, like I just said, there are people who read the stuff that we got on our website. There's some pretty interesting goddamn stuff on there with people who got an IQ larger than their thumbnail who don't have time, like hours and hours all day, to sit and scour all over the internet, to see what the hell's going on. Especially people who happen to agree with our point of view, if you catch my drift. See what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
With our commie, pinko, ultra-leftist point of view that we don't like fascism too much, and we don't like this crowd of Nazis that we got running the USA today. Oh, don't say that. Okay. I didn't say it. I was just thinking it. 113, man, that Oprah is off. She's done. She's gone. The most overrated major celebrity of all time. Barbara Streisand, 59. Celia Cruz has passed James Dean like he was lying down. I bet you he'll be singing a different tune pretty soon, too. Celia Cruz, 41. James Dean, 38. Dr. Phil, 31. He's zooming up that list. Dick Clark's got 20. Sinatra, 16. I'll just give you the double digits. Jim Carrey, 12. Jerry Lewis, 11. Hey, lady. And Larry King's got 10. Oh, Elvis just popped in there, too, with a dozen. The Dirty Dozen. How can they be picking on poor Elvis?
It's easy.
You didn't like him?
No. I mean, I understand his talent, and he was a performer, and he innovated all of this, but
right.
I didn't like any of his songs.
Not one?
Not one.
Not Hound Dog?
No.
Not Heartbreak Hotel?
Not Jailhouse Rock.
Not I Want You, I Need You, I Hate You?
Not even In the Ghetto.
Oh, I hated that.
And his mama cried.
You're going to start. Where's my Elvis? During the break, I'm going to get out my Elvis. I am.
You're going to dig him up?
I'm going to dig, if I could get dug up. Don't we have that in here?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. All Shook Up, that was a crappy song.
Oh, well, bless my soul.
In fact, now that you mention it, I don't think I like any of those songs either. I bought them all as a kid.
Yeah,
because when I was a kid, you had to buy all the Elvis songs, but
right.
I really can't say that I liked any of them. That's bad.
Kind of corny.
There must, no, I'll tell you one.
All right.
I'll tell you an Elvis song that I actually liked if I can find the damn thing. Here it is.
You know what? Not bad.
Return to Sender.
Not bad at all.
Huh?
You're right. You're right. Just take that.
Oh! If you log on to eBay, you can bid on my tune.
Yeah, Return to Sender.
That's a good karaoke song.
Yeah, it was pretty good. In fact, Duff probably singing it in his office right now. He's got to do something. 5670560, pound 560. Is line 1 fixed yet?
No.
Come on, Duff. Get off your Duff, goddammit. Get with it. You and Clarence are busy in there doing each other is all they're doing. Audience thinks we're joking about this stuff.
Get off your Duff.
Yeah. And do it. WQAM, hello.
What's up?
Yes, sir.
What's up?
That's it? Okay, Scott. Good luck to you in Chicago, man. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. So the humper is out sick today. That's not a good way to start the new year, Hank. He's got a scratchy throat. He's going to the doctor again. I sure hope he doesn't stop for lunch before the doctor, you know? No, seriously, I'm going to get, it's in your hands. You're going to have to restrain him well, somebody's got to handle him. Somebody has to put a leash on the humper man on the load before he explode. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you about my mother and what a pain in the ass she is.
Would you please?
No, I don't want to get into it. I'm in too good of a mood.
Makes me feel better.
She called me not once but twice yesterday about Norma Kent and her will, okay? Every day she's living on borrowed time, and she has to have that copy of the will. Which, by the way, Norma, I know you're incompetent and smoking a lot of bad weed, but don't be sending stuff to her in Hallandale. She lives in Hollywood, which you ought to know because you were there. You jackass. This is my agent. Everybody in this business is syndicated. There are people that can't even speak. They're on 200 radio stations. Here I am on QAM with Greg Reed and a bunch of losers, man. I'm not talking about the people on the air, by the way. See, he's picking on only one.
Absolutely.
But I'm just saying, generally speaking, the management, the crew. You don't have to say anything. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how's it going?
Pretty good.
I have two for your list. Britney Spears and Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller is a magnificent choice, and Britney Spears couldn't sing her out of a paper sack.
All right, I'm done.
Thank you. We'll put Britney on there, even though it'll piss off some people.
Right.
Well, let's see. The question is the most overrated major celebrity.
Right.
Well, I guess you have to look at the whole package. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to. Her singing is overrated.
Her singing, she can't sing for Schmidt.
The rest of her is very
But again,
underrated.
keep in mind that most of her act, it's like Enrique. You could put Enrique Iglesias on here, but that wouldn't be fair because he looks good. You know, he emotes, he shows a lot of flesh, he squeezes it, he swings it, even though it ain't much.
He pokes the mole.
Right. He pokes it a little bit. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Are we going to make 600 or not? That's the pressure on George today. Look at what we got. We got 444. We're thirds of the way home. 444. Boy, every time I get triple numbers like that, it sends a chill up the back of my neck. Man. Either that or maybe I'm thinking about lunch. And I better not be thinking about lunch. 195. How could I gain 4 pounds over the weekend? You think it was the Ben and Jerry's?
The binging, because you came back from Amsterdam and there was no good food over there. So
I wasn't binging, although I did have my Sunday brunch yesterday morning. I did have a pint of Ben and Jerry's Coffee Toffee Crunch. Have you ever had that?
I've had toffee.
No, but have you ever had that flavor?
Coffee Crunch? I don't know.
Don't. Oh. You put it in the microwave for like 77 seconds. And
I'm writing this down.
I'm
writing this down.
And it just melts down to a consistency that is so creamy and so smooth, and it's got big chunks of toffee all the way through it. And it is so goddamn good. I'm going to sue Ben and Jerry's. I'm suing their ass. WQAM, hello.
Yes, I'd like to speak with Neil.
Speaking.
Yes, great list going, but I'd like to add Howard Stern.
Okay.
He's the most overrated.
I want to change my vote.
I was going to say, George is squeezing himself here, and you say that.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Pally. Have a great year. 567. What we haven't said so far, we had a couple of other people say it, since it is 2004, and we need to say it a lot more.
Hiya, Pally!
Haven't said that yet, but now I guess we did. That's his ex-neighbor that calls every day.
Yeah, crazy person.
Dave Friedman. Even though he denies that it's him. We know it's you, Dave. Just like I think that guy with the George tapes, I think that's your buddy Teddy Botswana.
No, he would never.
Oh, you know him?
No, he's come to an appearance. He's normal.
Oh, I bet he has. He's normal?
As far as that goes.
The one that sends in those faxes and says that he wants to do you and he wants to crawl inside your body and check out your innards. And
isn't wall-eyed, doesn't have an eye in the middle of his head, bathed, hair combed, normal person, you know.
Then how come he comes to our appearances?
Doesn't have eyebrow dandruff. You know.
Yeah, I do know. I have eyebrow dandruff myself.
I see.
I do. Occasionally. You never had eyebrow dandruff?
No.
But for one strange reason, it's only on my right eyebrow. But I get rid of it before I go out in public.
Oh, good.
I do. I get rid of it.
Have a special comb for that?
I smear it a little bit. Yeah, I comb my brow. I gotta have something to comb. 27 past noon at 560 WQM. Hey, listen, I want to tell you right now, big night at Pompano Park tonight, baby. Write it down on your arm like in Memento. And don't miss it. Tonight, Monday, January the 5th, it's free spaghetti dinner night at Pompano Park. Let me say it again, free spaghetti. Go in there and manja. No better deal in all of South Florida. All you have to do is buy a Pompano Park program for tonight, and you'll get a coupon good for a free spaghetti dinner at the 4th floor players' room. Dinner includes rolls and butter, salad, a heaping plate of pasta, and marinara sauce that you can't beat with a stick. Don't steal the silverware, by the way. They don't mind if you show up from Windmore and all those other places. What's the other place in Pompano?
Cemetery Village?
No, there's another, Windmore and one other one. And they don't mind if you show up for your free food, but just don't steal the silverware or the tray. Just a half mile from both I-95 and the Florida Turnpike, Pompano Park is easy to get to. And best of all, Pompano Park features free admission and free general parking every single day. Live harness racing in the poker room now open 5 nights a week, every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Poker starts at noon, and of course that goes on till midnight. And live racing gets underway nightly, including tonight at 7:05 in the p.m. Every Monday night, like tonight, there's a 2 for $25 dinner special in the top of the park restaurant on the 6th floor. Every Wednesday at the track is $1 night for draft beer, sodas, hot dogs, and lots more. And every Thursday is ladies' night for 2 for 1 drink special just for the ladies. Also, every night at the 4th floor players' room, there's a $7.95 plated dinner special. Pompano Park also open for simulcasting every day, 7 days and nights a week, starting at noon with harness thoroughbred highlight action from all across North America. Don't forget the free spaghetti dinner is waiting for you. Say hi to Dick Feinberg and Steve Wolf tonight at Pompano Park, a block south of Atlantic Boulevard on Powerline Road. For the current racing schedule, call 954-972-2000 or check them on the World Wide Web at pompanopark.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Don't like all the heartburn. Every time I see that retarded dimwit on my TV. Here's President Trump, Republican muscled in, an inarticulate idiot. I don't know why they would want this guy, but now he's here. We're screwed the next 4 years with President Thumb. Oh, what I get to count votes once more and get who we all voted for. Lips thrumming, stupid mindless, drunk, and rich kid. He's even dumber than me. Here's President Trump. You don't care what it took. You got him in by hook or crook. The Christian right knows what's best for you and I, but have no fear. We've got a great leader here with President Trump. President Trump.
Oh, these are a couple of funny faxes you sent me now. 12:33 at 560 WQM. We got the Mad Dog back at 2. Kim Bocamper for Hank at Shula's at 4 to 7 because the humper's up Taurus. He's got a scratchy throat. He's at the doctor again. Try to lose an ounce or two. Come on, Hank, you can do it. Here's the first fax. This is, and of course you notice it's University Pharmacy who always are sending us these same malcontent, always bitching and moaning. And just turn it off already, okay?
And,
just go away.
Fake. It's fake fax, of course.
Of course. Well, because it says sincerely a listener that has stopped listening.
Right.
Now, if you look at the word listener, misspelled by the way, but if you look at the word listener, you see the writing is, this is just a chronic faxer. From University Pharmacy, by the way, wherever the hell that is.
Listener.
I'm pleased to see you are not Bush bashing. If you have nothing good to say about Bush, better you not say anything at all. I would think a Corvette lover as yourself would know the new Corvette is 6th generation, not 5. Didn't I say 5th or 6th? Who the hell knows? And what difference does it make? And James Dean was great, and he drove Porsches. Well, that's one of the reasons he wasn't great. And he died while racing his Porsche. Get your facts straight and quit ruining our country. Oh, a listener that has stopped listening. But he's sure glad that... See, don't get your hopes up. Remember they tried that a couple of years ago? Oh, well, Neil, there's so many people who disagree with you politically. If you just have a good time and just screw around, we would like you so much better then. What they're trying to do is they can't do it the other way by intimidation, and they can't get me fired even though they tried their damnedest with Condoleezza and all that crap. But no, so the next deal is, oh, we like you so much better, and everybody will listen to you and mark it down in their diaries as long as you stop bashing our president and his band of merry Nazis in Washington. That ain't never going to happen on the show. Ever.
No.
Not going to happen on this show, not for the next 3 years anyway. I mean, when you get your show,
yeah,
then you can talk about tits and ass all day again, you know,
right,
and get fired.
And bash Bush.
And talking about Bush. Here's another one that says, hello and Happy New Year. I'm writing in response to what you said about the Men's Health magazine, saying that Texas has 5 cities that are rated the fattest in the nation. Being a native Texan, I can vouch for this. However, you said that Texans are a bunch of yahoos, and that's why we're so fat. You go on to say, just look at our president. I don't think that's what I said, is it?
No.
In terms of being fat? He's not fat. He's just a fat head.
Oh.
As for Texans being a bunch of yahoos, that's not so for all Texans. Some Texans are actually aware of the world. Yeah, I imagine probably some.
About 30, man.
To say all Texans are yahoos, might as well say that all people in South Florida are South Florida yahoos as well. And I would say...
Absolutely correct, sir.
Yeah, except for maybe...
About 30, man.
Yeah, a few. Small
Bad
handful.
example.
As for our president being from Texas, that's not so. He's from Maine. Well, because he was born from Maine, and he was bunking it up in there for a while, that's not the point. He's been in Texas for a long, long time.
About 30, man.
Including governor twice. And former owner of the Texas Rangers who traded away, what's his name? Who did he trade away?
You're asking me?
Sammy Sosa. Unfortunately, claims Texas as his home, and since he does, please don't blame all Texans for that. Love your show. We'll continue to listen with a little happy face. Well, thank you so much, I guess. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. How are we doing on that total, man? How's those peaches totals? We got 476. We need 600 votes by 2 o'clock, or George does all the rest of the week's shows. In fact, if we don't get 600 votes by 2 o'clock, George is doing January.
And just plain bits.
Yeah. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Yes, I have a couple for your list, although it's probably too late, because
Not
nobody's
too
going
late,
to catch
man.
Oprah.
Never too late.
Arnold,
Okay.
Ellen DeGeneres,
Right.
and Alan Funt.
Alan Funt from Candid Camera?
That's my opinion. I'll see you later, man.
Okay.
I didn't think he was rated, much less overrated.
No. Alan Funt, he's been dead for 100 years. But, no, don't put him on it. The other two are good, Arnold and Ellen DeGeneres. But that's his opinion, goddammit. Who the hell am I to be dicking around with his opinion, right?
Right.
Just like somebody we know and can't stand said.
That's my opinion. I'm Mike Disney.
Yeah, well, good for you, Disney. Have another drink. Piece of crap. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Keep cranking out those hits, Mike. Keep cranking them out, baby. Keep jamming it. Man, just to have one of those FM stations that Cox and Cheap Channel are butchering in that town, just to have one of them for a year. Can you imagine forget about even being syndicated, just being on an FM station where there are living and breathing people listening?
Oh, you missed it while you were on vacation.
What was that?
We're broadcasting in HD digital now.
Yeah. And how many HD digital radios are there in the world?
About 30, man.
We have one.
Who has one?
The station.
And who's got it?
I think in engineering they share it.
Well, good. Maybe they're back there listening to me in digital HD,
Right.
whatever it is.
They pass it around.
As opposed to working on fixing line 1 on the phone and getting the place working again. What a bunch of... WQAM, hello.
Hi. Could I...
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, it is. Speaking.
Neil?
Yes.
Hi. I am a lady from North Miami Beach.
Excellent.
I wanted to know, first, could I add to your list Billy Bob Thornton?
Billy Bob Thornton.
Please.
Okay.
And the other thing, I don't know if you saw the article about the woman here who is in court because she bit her child and then shook the baby to death at 10
I
months
did see
old.
that. Yeah, I did see it.
What a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these people shouldn't be having children.
They should have been fixed a long time ago.
I mean, I have 2 children, and they get on my nerves, but I would pull my hair out first before I would
Right.
harm them.
Well, that goes back to what I've been preaching for years, forced sterilization.
Yeah.
And you and I can pick who the victims are going to be. Have a great year.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Thanks, bye-bye.
You know those, in the hardware store, they got those machines that shake the paint for you?
Mm-hmm.
I got one of those. That's what I used on my kid.
You mean the kid that you didn't want?
That's right.
Didn't work, though, did it?
Shaking machine. No, she's still...
Well, maybe you should have put something else in that machine, okay? Might not have had the kid. 20 till 1 at 560 WQM at this time of the year if you have company in your house. Now, why would you still have company in your house? See, this is another bogus piece of copy. Oh. No, seriously, that's what it says here.
I know.
Or if you're just in South Florida for the winter, you need a new mattress. That's more likely. Pick up the phone right now and call the delivery experts at 1-800-MATTRESS and tell them that Jeff High is an asshole when you call, by the way. They'll know that, but reaffirm it. That's the number for Dollar Mattress. They know that nothing can improve your daily health, well-being, and productivity better than a great night's sleep. In other words, it makes you feel great. Kick off the new year right. Resolve yourself to a better night's sleep in 2004 by calling Dollar Mattress toll-free 1-800-MATTRESS. Celebrate the new year in comfort with a new mattress from Dollar Mattress. Pick up the phone and call them right now. Dollar Mattress is proud to have added Stearns & Foster Hewitt to their already strong championship lineup. Stearns & Foster is the finest mattress made in America, and now you can sleep on one as soon as tonight by making that one easy call to 1-800-MATTRESS. And, of course, Dollar Mattress also carries the complete line of Sealy, Serta, Simmons, King Coil, and Tempur-Pedic, too. Choose from dozens of models at low, unbeatable, everyday discount prices. And keep in mind, only Dollar Mattress lets you choose that 2-hour delivery window that meets your schedule any day, 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. You pick the time, like noon to 2, 1 to 3, and they show up. With low prices, same-day delivery, free setup and removal, it's easy to see why Dollar Mattress is ranked the best in the world of customer satisfaction. So do what I've been doing for years and everybody else at QM's doing now. Call 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRES, or online, find them at mattress.com. Dollar Mattress, the easy, the smart way to get you a great night's sleep.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
What is talking?
American girls and American guys who only listen to the message from the Uber ride will have their table talk flying. As the troops come home dead, they find the comfort of the night hiding under the bed. I never served in the army, I'm too afraid to fight. So I sit right here near the TV, far from liberal lies. Under the covers you'll discover I'm a big sissy who would prefer to have some other do the fighting for me. Now this country I love is occupying Iraq. And all the suckers like me, whose necks are red in the back, have our tongues all placed firmly in Bush's big brown eye. The big mouth cowards of the world who gladly follow line. Hey, Uncle Sam, I'm too afraid to fight or enlist, but you can count on me to watch TV and shake my fist, and my flag will fly from the back of my truck like an idiotic, pseudo-patriotic dumb. And my view of the whole wide world is what I see on Fox News. Yeah, I'm an armchair warrior who knows better than you. I'm an inbred jerk who parrots anything they say. Don't have to read or research. It's so much easier this way to watch TV or look at pictures in USA Today with my finger up my ass as I tickle my brain. Hey, Uncle Sam, I'm too afraid to fight or enlist, but you can count on me to watch TV and shake my fist as I lower my fly so I can pull on my hood to proudly show the swastika tattooed on my nuts. The Saudis are our best friends in the world, not those Iraqis or Jews. Yeah, I'm an armchair warrior. Who knows better than you?
1246 at 560 WQM. I can just imagine the rattling of spears. Oh, that Neil Rogers, he's going to lay off a Bush this year. We're going to, just steal Florida as if I'm going to have any impact. That ain't going to happen. Yeah, they're yanking it. Same old crap, it's just one more way to try to silence anybody who doesn't agree, just doesn't want to goose step along. It's bull crap,
They wouldn't
man.
pay anybody off, would they?
How about the people at Arbitron? I'm starting to be suspicious of them. What kind of a sample did they find in November, huh?
Are they a company?
What do you mean by that?
Like a big company? A company that stands to gain something from something?
Yes. Oh, speaking of assholes, Pete Rose admits he bet on baseball and the team he managed. Now, I mentioned this at the beginning of the show. I'm so sick and tired of Pete Rose. If I never hear his name again, it'll be because of Rose by any other name would stink the same. Great player, great. Stick him in there. Get it over with already, Talk about fun for the feeble-minded, something that people who have nothing else going on in their lives. This is the kind of crap they talk about. So I'm tearing the story up. It's on our website. We had it on all weekend long. Wrote his autobiography, and after 14 years of lying about betting on baseball, guess what? I did, but I always bet on my own team. I never bet against the Reds. Well, great. Congratulations, and get lost. As long as I live, I'll never forget that night he came to Pompano Park. And, of course, the stories I've heard from my friends about him coming to the thoroughbred tracks and putting on a similar display and making these wild $10,000 exacta bets and never cashing one of them. Never. And his routine is he comes to the track always with some voluptuous young babe, and he stacks up a bunch of $100 bills on the table in front of him.
Nice.
Isn't that lovely?
Classy.
Yeah, really, really classy. Really, I'm so impressed, It's like saying, hey, look at me. Here, look at all this money. Of course, it'll be gone by the end of the night, but look at all this cash. Man, just enough to make you puke. And I never spoken to this man before in my life. He's sitting right across from our table. Fat Rich goes to make a bet for us. And Pete Rose looks me in the eye and he says, you like anything in this race? He's got the TV on looking at the simulcasting from Mohawk or Woodbine here in Toronto. And I said to him, the 4-horse, whatever the hell it was, with Randy Waples. I said, he's my favorite driver in Toronto, man. He's great. And a horse wins and pays $22. Did he bet it?
No.
No. Because then he would have cashed. See, I think there's something in his mind. He doesn't really want to cash. He wants to lose.
There are those, right.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He wants to be a martyr. It's the martyr complex. And I'm not saying he's the only guy in the world that's got a gambling problem, but the way he does it, it's just so ostentatious and grotesque and just, enough to make your skin crawl. And so now, after all these years that he's been banned from baseball and banned from being inducted in the Hall of Fame, now let's reward him for lying about gambling on baseball now that we know the truth. And now let's put him in there. What do you say? In fact, the Sun Sentinel took a poll on it, and this morning I think like 63% said, yeah, he belongs in the Hall of Fame now that we know he's a liar. Kind of like the president, the same thing. Oh, speaking of the president, U.S. starts fingerprint program. They started that this morning. Did you see the thing on CNN?
Yeah, the pictures and prints.
And I don't know why they don't do it for everybody.
That's what the guy was saying.
Why can't they do it for everybody so that those of us who are frequent travelers, whether we have our U.S. passport or Canadian passport, whatever you got, so that you don't have to go through all the hassle all the time? And then the regular or the frequent flyers, the whatever the hell they want to call you, you have a little, in fact, they're doing that in some places where they have the ID. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the evil eye.
No, seriously, where they instead of fingerprinting, they eye print you. Yeah, they stick it in your eye. I'm serious.
The retina scan?
Yeah. And they say that it's foolproof. Can't be beaten. Because, you can always, file down your prints, I guess, or do something.
Right. No, even with identical twins, because your capillary pattern is unique.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, excuse me. 5670560. So anyway, they started that this morning, the new government program demanding fingerprints and photographs from people from 28 countries, mostly in Europe, who aren't required to carry a visa. Well, no, from the other countries beside those 28.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Oh, I get it.
Now it says here, outside of Europe, the exempt countries include Japan, Singapore, Australia, New Zealand, and Brunei. Citizens of Canada generally don't need a visa to enter the U.S. And, of course, if you're a U.S. citizen coming in from out of the country and you have your pasaporto, then you don't need to go through that either. I just as soon go through it once and then just whip on through there.
And they can tattoo your forehead.
Kind of just like in Amsterdam at Schiphol Airport. Just whip on through there. They're not paying any attention. You can't complain about the security there because there isn't any. It's appalling. It's amazing. Which it goes right in line with what I said about the Netherlands last week. It's a good idea gone way too far. It's one thing to give people freedoms. It's another thing to carry it to an extreme. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. QAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Just surfing the tube this weekend, I seen a couple things that caught my eye. They're talking about replacing Dick Cheney with Condoleezza for the ticket for 2000.
Oh, you got to be kidding. Condoleezza?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're saying that she's going to be, they're pulling him off the ticket because of Halliburton. They're putting Condoleezza on there.
Oh, please. I would love that.
And the two Bush daughters, were on the Celebrity Bad Girls. They said that they drink you under the table and then they leave you with the Secret Service guys.
Nice.
No, I got two for the poll. I got Carrot Top and Carson Daly.
Carrot Top. How could we forget old Carrot Top and the unctuous, obnoxious Carson Daly? Good choices, pal.
All right, you have a good one.
You too. Thank you. Carrot Top and Carson Daly.
Got it.
In fact, I bet you Carson Daly.
Boy, if that's true what he just said.
Yeah.
About Condoleezza.
Wouldn't that be great?
Oh,
man.
I'm
I think we got a shot. I think we got a legitimate, honest to goodness. In fact, you remember you were saying you're tired of them, or somebody said, calling Howard Dean Dr. Dean?
Somebody.
How about President Dean? Has a much better ring to it, huh? Sounds good to me.
The President.
There's a little preview of, in fact, we're playing the original one at 1 o'clock.
Hey. After the regime change?
Oh, Duff's out to lunch.
We could play it over and over again.
I think so. That's a good idea. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. We need 600 votes by 2 o'clock, or George is going to have a really heavy-duty week that he's not prepared for. 520 votes. You think we'll make 600?
Yes.
I think we ought to stick with my original 700.
No.
Come on!
Christ.
Be a good sport. What's wrong with you?
No.
600, okay. Don't want to change it midstream. Now, tomorrow we'll go for 700.
Oh, you best.
Or no, tomorrow we'll go for 666.
Oh, there you go.
Right? And whoever is the 666th vote on tomorrow's poll gets $1 million in cash from Greg Reed. Not. Huh? Not. It sounds good. I can't see the Beasley. Now, isn't it interesting how on Hot 105, not Hot 105, whatever our same thing, Power 96.
Yeah.
That they buy the audience with cash.
Sure, we're doing that now with the Ticket Thursday.
We are?
Yeah, ticket up your ass on Thursday.
Ticket up your ass on Thursday?
Or something like that.
And,
it's an official promotion that's got its own promos and everything.
Oh, no.
Can we find one of those promos? We've been playing them all day.
No, well, I heard something like that, but I'm trying to ignore it. So, in other words, on the sports shows every Thursday, and the reason they do Thursday is because Thursday is the first day of each rating week.
Oh, you're not telling me that came from someone.
Oh, sure.
No.
What? It would have to, from one of the consultants, maybe him or her or it or whatever.
Gay.
But that's where it would come from. Hey, don't forget, you better watch yourself, mister. You're in the Tanner building.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Muff always says. You're in the Tanner building, so you better watch it. Keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I better watch it.
Right.
I got
so is that
mirror.
only on the sports shows? How come we get left out? See, we're taking it up the old chute, man, is what we're taking here lately. There's something really strange going on. It's like, and maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's because I say the sports nerds make me nauseous, and I'm still going to say that. I'm not changing my mind. If I hated sports like you do, it would be like a lot more negatory for me to say that. But I love my football and hockey, and that's fine. I watch plenty of it, probably more than most of the assholes we got on the air.
Probably.
But the fact of the matter is people who live within this whole web of minutia who want to talk about the same crap day after day after day, I'm never going to change my opinion about that. It's pathetic. I feel sorry that those people are waltzing around taking up the goddamn space and breathing the fresh air that somebody useful could be doing. Makes me sick. WQAM, hello. Nobody there. QAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes.
Hey, happy belated.
Happy circus.
Yeah, I mean, those same people that talk about minutia, the second the Dolphins lost that last game, how they're going to come back next year, and
God.
you know what? It's pathetic.
Neurotic repetition, and it's the same crap every single year, too.
No,
as opposed to just saying, hey, they suck, or once that sucks, and just telling it like it is. They've always got some convoluted excuse.
These guys haven't even hit the shower yet, and they're already talking about this and that. Listen, I understand that you think that fingerprinting in the eye scan is a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, why didn't they do this like 10 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Do they realize how, the people that are against this, how many people that are criminals and wanted felons that they would catch at the borders as a result of doing this?
Let me give you a good example of that. When our flight got to Toronto from Amsterdam,
right.
So they open up the door on KLM, they open the door up, and we're getting ready to deplane, and all of a sudden, we see 3 or 4 cops out there. They got the armbands, police, and all this other, and they buzz talking with the flight attendants, and they tell everybody, go back, please sit down, have your passports ready. And there was some guy that they dragged off of there. I will say this, he did come forward voluntarily, some dark-complected guy, but they said, is so-and-so on a plane? And he came forward, they schlepped him off, and they let us off the plane.
And it worked.
Right.
And it worked, exactly.
Right.
Listen, I'm sure you didn't watch the Democrats'
I did. I taped it and I watched it last night.
You know what the real shame is, and I know you've spoken about this at great length, and I'm with you. The whole Democratic Party is self-destructing.
Yeah.
And for these candidates to come out, instead of talking about the issues, to turn around and to shoot down the front runner,
Right.
I mean, what is that doing to the whole thing?
Especially Lieberman. I thought his performance yesterday was so grotesque. Of course, he's grotesque anyway, but his
He is a
performance
grotesque
was so
individual.
over the top. He's an asshole, man.
And listen, one last thing is
He's
I
enough
had
to make me eat cheeseburgers for lunch.
2 last things. One, I rented Requiem, but I haven't seen it yet.
Please.
And another thing is there was a poll in the Washington Post that said that I believe it's 62 or 65% of all Americans, now it does not matter if weapons of mass destruction are ever found in Iraq.
In other words, that means that those people don't care if we were lied to.
And you know what? I read that and I was like, this is why we went to war in the first place. And now all of a sudden, all those soldiers, all of those injuries, everything, now it's all for naught. It doesn't matter.
Pretty easy to be fast and loose with somebody else's life.
And if you look at what this president is doing, okay, the legislation that he's proposing now, and all of this money that he's spending on the war and everything else, this is all borrowed money, people that are you bushlickers. This is all borrowed money. Take a look at the deficit. If you look at all the legislation that he's thinking about, it's only good for 1 year, which means that once he gets reelected, he will not renew what he plans on doing. And people need to really understand that. It's all temporary.
They don't and they won't, man.
No. I love you, Neil.
I'll see you at the border. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
12:59 at 560 WQM. It's the last mortgage you'll ever need. The only one mortgage from Financial Group. The benefits are incredible. 0 closing costs, 0 application fees, 0 credit bureau fees, 0 discounted points. Get yourself the new low interest rate at just 1.25%. If you have a $100,000 loan, you pay only $334 a month. A $200,000 loan, your payments are only $668 a month. And don't forget, once you refinance or get a new home mortgage from Financial Group, you'll never pay closing costs again. So call and check this out today. 1-800-940-LEND. Get the low-rate mortgage you deserve and then move to your next property without further cost or expense. 0 underwriting fees, 0 doc fees, 0 closing costs, even when you move to another property. Get the new low-rate financing at just 1.25% with the only one mortgage from Financial Group. For details, call 1-800-940-LEND. That's 1-800-940-LEND and never pay closing costs ever again. Financial Group, 1-800-940-LEND. They're an equal housing lender. Restrictions apply. Rates subject to change monthly, 4.21 APR.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
I'm Judge Roy Moore, and the next best thing to watching Ann Coulter spank Matt Drudge is the Neil Rogers Fair and Balanced 1 to 2 hour.
All right.
If you log on to eBay, you can bid on my 2
buying a thing that don't belong to you. And so I'm saying, return my molar. I want it back. That's my gold feeling. That's my black. 100,000. That's quite a cost. For that much money can buy a lifetime supply of clothes. If you're the weirdo who buys it, you need therapy. Because the only one who does that is the friggin' tooth fairy. And so I'm singing, return my molar. Come on, be a pal. Why would they auction my root canal? Return my molar. You got no right to sell my teeth. That really bites. Return my molar.
105 at 560 WQM. And then, of course, if you did buy Elvis's molar on the off eBay on the internet,
okay,
what are you going to do with it? Yeah, seriously, what are you going to do with the tooth?
Oh, make a necklace out of it. Have it mounted on a
Yeah,
ring.
that's a great idea. You can have a tooth. You could make a necklace made out of teeth from all different celebrities. Right?
Right, and if you were gay, you could be the tooth fairy.
Fairy. Anyway, speaking of fairies, some asshole sends me this fax. In small letters, it says, Neil, you forgot. Oh, you know who this is?
Yeah, I do.
Dave Friedman. Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
And the reason I know that is because of the teeny tiny print. He's the only one that ever does that. And then
this
big,
is
huh?
There's a different header, which is actually on the bottom, which shows that it's not him. It's from another tonic.
And who's this? From The Guardian?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Neil, you forgot to mention free spaghetti night at Pompano Park Town. Did I forget to mention that?
No.
Did I mention it in the spot?
Yes.
Did I mention it twice?
Yes.
Did I talk about Cemetery Village and Winmore and those people
Yes.
that don't steal the silverware?
Yes.
Oh. Get lost, okay? Fugue you, man. You know, there is something I do want to read, and I read it on Friday, but nobody was in town, and so nobody was listening Friday, and I'm going to read it again. Very short.
Okay.
It's from the great Mike Walker at the National Enquirer. Jackson Brothers' claim of police brutality bogus, writes Mike. It says, Jermaine Jackson, shut up. Despite your bizarre claim that Santa Barbara cops you label racist rednecks roughed up brother Michael, nobody laid a glove on the gloved one, my inside sources insist. Remember, I'm the only journalist who's reported details of the booking procedure, Michael describing his eye color as chocolate, for example, and my sources sneer at your charge that he was very much mistreated physically. In fact, they say, Michael was so grateful for respectful treatment he had an assistant deliver autographed photos of himself, complete with holiday greetings to the booking officers, which annoyed his lawyers no end, I hear. My sources also say Michael can't stand you, Jermaine, and rarely speaks to you. You dissed him years ago with your notorious song, Word to the Bad, sniping at bros, plastic surgery, and weirdness. You warbled, once you were made, you changed your shade. Was your color wrong? Could not turn back. It's a known fact you were too far gone. At the time, Jermaine, you called it an attempt to heal our relationship. Are today's outrageous lies your latest pathetic stab at healing? Mike Walker at the Enquirer wants to know. Nice going, Mike. You go, boy. I love the Enquirer. See, there's a classic example. You know, like at the end of the debate yesterday, one of the last things is they asked each of the candidates to admit a mistake that he'd made, or she, in case of Carol Moseley Braun. And they did, although Lieberman, of course, very, very wishy-washy and some silly ass, pathetic. But here's a mistake I made. I used to diss the Enquirer. I used to think it was like the Star and the Tatler and the Weekly World News, all these other tabloids. And the fact of the matter is that 99% of the time, if it's in the Enquirer, like the Robert Blake story, they broke it. Right?
They evolved. See, they got sued one too many times and decided to, vet all their stories henceforth.
Right. And they do a great job of it, too.
Right.
The Rush Limbaugh story, that's where I found it. I remember somebody dissing me for, it's only in the National Enquirer. Remember that?
Right.
And look what happened to him, huh? That'll teach you, Pharrell. By the way, when's he coming back?
Any minute now.
Don't say that. 550 votes on a poll, the most overrated major celebrity of all time. And there's no oldies on here, you know, like Humphrey Bogart. Not that he was overrated. This is an example. The only oldie on here, I think, is John Wayne, right?
Yeah, as far as like real old, yeah. Although Bill Cosby.
Oh, he's not in the same category with Marion Wayne, whatever the hell his name was. Oprah Winfrey, 136. Nobody can touch her fat ass. I'll tell you that right now. Barbara Streisand, 64. Celia Cruz is in a death. She's in a good battle for third there.
You know what?
In a death clinch. She's got 47, Dr. Phil 44, and James Dean 43. The three of man separated by a hair. And Dr. Phil wishes he had it. Dick Clark 22, Frank Sinatra 21, Jerry Lewis 14. Hey lady, go with a schmeigel. Woody Allen 13, Jim Carrey 13, Elvis Presley 13. Larry King 11, Jerry Seinfeld 11, Andy Kaufman 10. Everybody else single digits. So you have to ask yourself the question with Jerry Lewis: at what point did we start to really hate him? Because I like Martin and Lewis. I mean, of course, I'm an old fart. They were on television. And you generally speaking like almost everything that was on TV because it was on, you know. Not like he had a lot of choices.
I'd say color.
He changed his color?
No, when he made a color movie. When those black and white movies were kind of funny.
Yeah.
Color ruined him.
I don't understand.
No,
I'm
making crap up. You said at what point? I just had to choose a point.
You're missing, 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I think when his head, I'm not talking about when he got sick and his head started getting fat, just when his head started getting fatter in general. At that point, we started turning on him. WQAM, not there. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil?
Yes, sir.
How are you today?
I'm okay, sir.
Happy New Year.
And the same to you.
I have two for you. How about Rosie O'Cal and Roseanne O'Bigger?
Okay.
You know Roseanne Barr?
Yeah, I got them both. Okay, thank you for your your great call. Well, was that a put on or was that for real? That sounded a little bit like
real, yeah.
Ted.
No.
Sounded like Ted on Doggy Downers. Do we want to put them on there? Rosie O'Donnell, I guess so. They're on all these kind of polls, you know.
Roseanne's already on there.
She is?
That
Get
was
out of here,
Josh's picks.
Roseanne Barr is already on there?
Yeah, that was my pick.
Oh. I see Dennis Miller's got one. Well, where the hell is Roseanne Barr? I don't see her. How many she got? Oh, she's already got 5. Excellent choice. She's tied with Ashton Kutcher and Britney Spears and Bill Cosby and John Wayne. What a group. How'd you like to have a party with John Wayne, Bill Cosby, Ashton Kutcher, Roseanne Barr, and Britney Spears? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll bring the dip. Oh, wait, he's already there.
By the way, the good news is Britney got a quick annulment, okay? She was just a little bit in a party, in a festive kind of a mood, and said, let's tie the knot.
You know, Miguel brought up a good point during a break. He popped in
Really?
here. Said if he was the guy, he'd be going to divorce court. Which is
Maybe
a good
she'll
plan.
be on with Judge Judy next week with
we
the two
want
now.
a settlement.
Hey, Miguel, cut the crap, okay? And I'm surprised he wasn't in there screaming about Celia Cruz. Seriously, he was bitching me out. He said his family was psychotic with me because of what we both said about Celia Cruz.
I'm sure mine was too, but they wouldn't tell me.
I am Celia Cruz and I am dead now, but I remember when I was alive. I will live to live away with it.
Exactly. 12 minutes after 1 at 560 WQM. Here's another great spot for you for Balance for Life. In fact, they're going to be getting more attention now. I can't do that. Dr. Atkins may be changing his tune. Oh, my God. What kind of a spot is this, Troy? Are you out of your mind or what?
Yes.
Jesus. I think too much comedy with them young girls at that Christmas party. That's what put Troy Stratford over the edge. That's what I'm hearing. But the good news is Troy Stratford is back with us. How's Doreen doing? Seen her? Anyway, if a lot of people out there have made losing weight as their New Year's resolution, which we do every year, it's the same old stuff, and then you still stay fat, maybe even pack on a few more pounds, you're packing it. Balance for Life could be the answer that you're looking for. Quit tittering. It's the convenient, affordable weight loss and eat healthy gourmet meal service delivery you've heard so much about. Too busy to eat right? Too tired to cook tonight? No time for shopping? Hate doing the dishes? Tired of that afternoon drowsiness? You feel you want to crawl up like a ball in the corner and sleep for hours? No time for the gym? Is he still making noise, Josh?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Balance for Life is the answer you're looking for. And don't forget, and now the famous Dr. Atkins is changing his tune. In his new book, The Age-Defying Diet Revolution, he talks exclusively about zone-based principles, and of course, Balance for Life is based on the zone diet. Dr. Barry Sears, no kin to Gene Sears or Brian Sears or even Jay Sears. Here's the deal. They bring you a little black sack by 6 o'clock in the morning right to your door at home or work, and in there's all the food you need for the whole day. 3 gourmet meals, hormonally balanced, 2 delicious snacks, and even a 16-ounce bottle of water. It's there by 6 o'clock. All the food you need for the week. The only choice you have to make is between 2 alternatives for each meal every day that you're on the program. You fill out the menu, they bring you the food, and the weight just pours off your body. I think maybe you need a hormonal balance. And then their on-staff dietitian will consult with you weekly to guarantee you lose the weight and continue to succeed. So get started for real on the New Year's resolution right now. Did I mention Katrina lost 15 pounds? She's doing great. She's a sweetheart. Call Balance for Life at 954-568-3229. That's 954-568-3229. Check them on the web at balanceforlife.com. And believe me, you'll be singing a different tune, too.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAQAM.
DAYSUCKS.
The 80s are back.
They are?
Uh-huh. And 50s funny man Jerry Lewis is too.
Are you sure?
Well, kind of. And now the 50s meet the 80s to form a supergroup for the new millennium. Introducing Jerry Lewis and the News.
Hey, lady, the heart of rock and roll is still beating with the ventricles and the aorta in Cleveland already with Sheboygan and the Flegel and all those places.
The king of comedy is about to become the prince of pop. It's Jerry Lewis and the News.
Hey, lady, oh, please, I'd like a new drug. No needles, please. Just a nice man, a pharmacist type person in a white coat, please. I sign here, thank you.
Hey, it's hip to be square, and it's even hipper to buy something round, like the new CD from Jerry Lewis and the News.
Available. You can find it wherever fine records are sold with the nice man behind the counter to help you find it with the nice lady person, okay? Why? Who knows?
Okay. 118, Curtis must be psychic because the bit that it says here that, he wants to hear, which I'll play in the next break, I had that queued up.
How do you like that?
And then I thought, Jerry Lewis, I better play some Jerry Lewis thing because we were just bitching about him. So it was actually queued up.
There you go.
Shocking,
Psychic
man.
day.
Those psychic, who says I'm not in touch, huh? Touch this. Anyway, speaking of Miss Fudge, what the hell day was this? Oh, Friday. Well, Friday ain't that long ago. It's only 3 days. Asked to vote for a Democratic presidential nominee if the election were held today, twice as many registered Democrats would choose Vermont Governor Howard Dean over John Kerry. 22 to 10%. Lieberman 9. Wesley Clark 8. Got it?
Got it.
Let's see. Dick Gebhardt, 10% for Dick. Oh, I see. If Dean didn't run, 14% for Kerry, 13% for Clark, 12% for Lieberman, and 10% for Dick. Now, in direct matchups against W, wait till you hear this. Voters would vote this way. This is a poll taken by Time CNN December 30th and January 1st. Bush 51%, Dean 46%. Pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Bush over Lieberman, I don't believe this one, 52 to 46. See, that's the lie factor.
Right. There's a lot of that going around.
Bush over Kerry, 54 to 43%. Bush over Gebhardt, 53 to 44. Bush over Clark, 53 to 43. And Bush over John Edwards, 53 to 43. I think John Edwards ought to cross over or cross-dress or just go away.
Right.
He's just not a real drooling Yahoo, but like a somewhat drooling Yahoo. You know what I mean?
Just a little bit of drool. One strand.
Don't like it. Oh, and there's also a story. I don't want to read no bedtime stories, but there's a story on our website you must read today from the Scotland Sunday Herald. Saddam's capture was a deal brokered behind the scenes. Can I read just a couple of, it'll make you puke.
Okay.
Well, the reason I say puke is that the Patriotic Union of Kurdistan, PUK,
yeah,
I call it puke. Rumors of the crucial Kurdish role in the capture of Saddam have persisted, even though it now seems their previously euphoric spokesmen have now been afflicted by an inexplicable bout of reticence. In other words, they're not talking, like the Americans as well. It was 2 weeks ago that the Sunday Herald revealed how a Kurdish Special Forces unit belonging to the Patriotic Union of Kurdistan, PUK, had spearheaded and tracked down Saddam, sealing off the Al-Dawar farmhouse long before the arrival of the U.S. forces. PUK leader Jalal Talabani had chosen to leak the news and details of the operations commander, Khusrout Rasul Ali, to the Iranian media long before Saddam's capture was reported by the mainstream Western press or confirmed by the U.S. military. By the time Western press agencies were running the same story, the entire emphasis had changed, however, and the ousted Iraqi president then had been captured in a raid by U.S. forces backed by Kurdish fighters. There's something you might want to read on our website. Believe it or not. I believe it.
Okay.
5670560. How are we coming with those 600 votes, huh? 584. See, I let you off the hook too easy. Like sliding off a log.
Yeah.
Mad Dog is back at 2 today, and it's about time.
All right.
Jesus Christ, he's been on vacation for months.
About 30, man.
Months and months and months. A lot of stress, a lot of pressure. At least you don't have any pressure no more. Michigan got their ass kicked. Dolphins didn't make the playoffs. So we ought to be really mellow today. The Bowmeister, Kimbo Camper for the Humper at 4 from Shula Steak 2, because the Humper is like a little scratchy. Maybe Hank, if he's got this scratchy throat, maybe he can start doing the Pharrell thing.
Good point.
Hey, stupid! Hey, stupid! Hey, stupid! Hey, stupid! Huh? I can hear it. Give it a shot, Humper. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes,
How
sir.
you doing?
Pretty
Hey,
good.
I got someone for your list. How about Wayne Newton?
He's on there. He's not doing too well, though. I can't believe it.
Oh, really? Unbelievable.
He ought to be giving Oprah. He ought to be giving that bitch a run for her money.
Okay, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Pally. Have a great year. How is he doing, Wayne Newton? 9. Oh, and speaking of 9. That Robert Grieper resume that you faxed me before.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
The fax machine.
Oh, somebody faxed that to us?
Yes.
So Robert Grieper is shopping his resume around, so evidently he's looking to
It's
bail
on
out.
monster.com if, I guess I shouldn't have said that.
Why not?
Okay.
Why would you not want to say
Prospective
that?
employers might want to check out Robert Grieper's resume.
Right. And? Well, you're just trying, if you put it on there, then you're just giving him some help. You're giving him some help like right out the door.
All right.
Yeah. It's time for him to go. We don't like his attitude.
He's a little overqualified for this kind of a schlepper job.
Just like the person you told me emailed and said wanted to come and do what? Like be assistant producer, or what was that?
Yeah, responding to some postings that we had about a producer and a part-time.
I mean, I was thinking about that. That's
broadcaster.
somebody I knew in Kalamazoo, Michigan, let's see, 35 years ago. That person would be like in their 50s now.
Perfect for entry-level AM broadcasting.
Oh,
I thought
perish
Roger
the
Magwell
thought.
was bad.
Perish the thought. WQM, hello.
Hey, George?
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year.
And the same to you, sir. You want to talk to Neil?
Yes, please.
Where are you calling from?
Coral Springs.
Here's a call from Coral Springs. Hello.
Yeah, I fall for that, didn't I?
I know. I love it.
Yeah, I got two for your poll.
Go ahead.
Bob Hope, Elizabeth Taylor.
Bob Hope's already on there. Not
Is he?
he's
Okay.
moving up. He's starting to move up. But Liz Taylor, I think, is fantastic. I love that.
Yes,
She is such a drunken slob, man. And
the old fag hag.
Exactly. She makes me sick. Thanks a lot, Pally. Have a great
You have a
year.
good day.
And you too. Good day. Liz Taylor, man. Now, I don't know. I mean, she was attractive once upon a time. Was she ever
Sure.
really a great actress?
No.
Like Who's Afraid of Virginia? Wolf?
Well, that wasn't really acting.
That was her.
Weren't they just being drunk and fighting?
Right. Like I said, that was just her and Dick.
Right. That was like a whole movie.
She's one of those people. There's so many of those people. They just, oh, look at that. 596 votes, damn it. Like I said, if we don't get to 1,000 by 1:30. Oh, God. They really, when it gets to the last, see, it used to be the other way around on our polls. Always the response would peter off as we go along. Even though we're adding a few more names on here. But now it's kind of like they want to ensure, they want to make so damn sure that you're not on the rest of the week.
Right.
I think there's a message there.
Not in the chain emails I'm sending out.
Like, oh, is that what it is? Good. Good choice. Look at that. The Dow is up 94 and the Nasdaq's up 29.
Oh!
The economy is making a great comeback.
Oh!
There aren't too many people dying every day in Iraq, and things are just beautiful. What's not to like, you know? The deficit is only like trillions and billions, and once we get our military up there on Mars, how come we never got those pictures? I've been watching for that. Did you ever see them?
No. I've been
They said
flipping.
around noon today we were going to get the first color pictures from Mars. Didn't see them. We'll keep our eyes peeled. Oh, look at that car and truck of the year. I bet you that new 6th generation Vet, I bet you that's going to be the car of the year. That's not it, though. What is that?
Engine. Now, it could probably fit inside the bed of a massive F-150 Ford pickup truck, and Ford says...
Well, that's that Toyota. What is that?
I don't know.
Hybrid?
F-150 is the key to its economic future. The previous F-150 model is the best-selling vehicle in America. Well, with Daimler Chrysler sales down 4% last year, the company hopes to spark sales with a number of new vehicles, including a new Grand Sport touring vehicle from Mercedes. CNN's Jeff Flock at the Detroit Auto Show with more on
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. What a great segue into our spot, isn't it?
Yeah.
For Hallett Pontiac GMC, now Auto City Pontiac GMC of Pinecrest. Well, why the hell not? You better go get you a log.
Be right back.
Expect the same great Neil deals at Auto City Pontiac and the same customer satisfaction you're accustomed to for the last 5,000 years at Hallett. And right now at Auto City of Pinecrest, it's a big 2003 blowout sale on all remaining Pontiacs and GMCs in stock. Get absolutely the best prices. And Auto City is loaded with 2004s, so take advantage of 0% financing on all models in stock. Credit problems? No problem. Auto City's got an excellent selection of pre-owned cars for you to choose from. It's the brand new and thrilling Auto City Pontiac GMC of Pinecrest, 13401 South Dixie Highway. That's US 1 across from the Falls. Open every day, like always, 7 days a week. If you want more info, call the Neil Deal hotline toll-free at 1-888-534-4211. That's 1-888-534-4211. Keep in mind, all offers subject to credit approval. See the folks at Auto City Pontiac for details. Lomberto Perez, Joe Prieto, and the staff at the new Auto City Pontiac GMC of Pinecrest wish you and yours a very happy new year. The brand new Auto City Pontiac GMC of Pinecrest, where you'll find low prices without the high pressure.
Live and local. This is 560.
The radio's all yours now.
QAM.
You and I went to the bar, we drank some whiskey from the jar, we got drunk all over town, then I asked you to go down, you gulped it like a master, but soon there was disaster, the booze sure went down easy, now you're saying you're queasy, it felt good just like it should, but then it stunk cause you were drunk, you spilled your guts, puking on my nuts. This drunken whore is really whack. I looked down to see her last snack had come right back, puking on my sack. I thought I could get a decent Hummer, but dinner on my boner is a bummer. And now my lap is full of crap, cause my monster tickled your tonsils, spilled your guts, puking on my nuts. I was hoping for a decent BJ, but now I am wearing Chinese buffet. All my moans were getting louder, now my laugh looks like clam chowder, nasty slut, puking on my nuts. I should have held back my thrust. You lost your lunch. Now my lust has turned to disgust. Puking on my nuts. Dumping all your lunch. Puking on my nuts.
132 at 560 WQM. Whistle a tune for like 10 seconds while I type in Eric's email address. Okay. Well, the reason I did that is because this story from The Nation, will the French indict Cheney?
Yes.
That you just faxed me. I read the story a couple of days ago, and I don't know whether you had this on our website or if I put it on there over the weekend.
I don't remember. I do a lot of drugs.
So I just emailed it to Eric. It'll be on the website either today or tomorrow, whenever he decides to put it on there, okay? It's pretty fascinating stuff about your vice. Maybe that's why they call him the vice president. He's a crook. Oh, don't start that again, Neil. You're having such a good day. Don't start Bush bashing and Cheney bashing and Nazi bashing. Okay. Please add Liza Minnelli to the list, somebody says, and that's an excellent choice, especially right on the ass end of Liz Taylor. Boy, what a good quinella that is, huh?
Yeah.
Neurotic, drunk, washed out. Man, just wish they would both go to hell away. Who is the most overrated major celebrity of all time? They can't touch you, Oprah. You're in a league of your own, baby. 141 say Oprah. Barbara Streisand, 72. Celia Cruz is tied with Dr. Phil, 48. Boy, I'd sure like to see the two of them in the same box. James Dean, 43. Frank Sinatra, 25. Dick Clark, 22. Elvis, 17. Jerry Lewis, 15. Andy Kaufman, 14. Aren't you surprised at that?
No.
Larry King, 14. Woody Allen, 14. Jim Carrey, 13. I find that offensive. Howard Stern, 11. Jerry Seinfeld, 11. Sly Stallone, 11. Wayne Newton, 10. Gloria Estefan, 10. Johnny Carson and Bob Hope, 8 apiece. Now, Bob Hope's only got 6. That's amazing. That's the sympathy factor. He just croaked. Although Celia don't get the same sympathy factor. Because they really hate her. Britney's got 6. John Wayne, 6. Cher and Ashton Kutcher each have 6. Carson Daly, Rosie O'Donnell, Roseanne Barr, Bill Cosby, 5 apiece. Neil Diamond with Foe. Ray Romano, Keanu Reeves have 3 apiece. Sandra Bullock, I like her a lot. She's got 2. Jamie Lee Curtis, 2. Ellen DeGeneres, 2. I can't stand her. Mick Jagger, 2. Dennis Miller, 2. Carrot Top, 1. Patrick Swayze, 1. Same person, I think. Arnold Schwarzenegger, 1. Dan Rather, 1. Billy Bob Thornton, 1. And no votes yet. The Big O, which I can never figure that out. No votes for Will Smith or Liz Taylor.
Huh.
Oh, they'll get some votes. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. The Mad Dog makes a losing return at 2 this afternoon after taking it right up the old chute in 2 games. The Eagle game, that was the turning point. That was the kiss of death for Miami. And then, of course, the Rose Bowl. Man, oh, man, what a blowout. WQAM, hello. QAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling this other Neil.
Speaking.
How you doing? I got a couple of votes for you.
Okay.
I got one for Carson Daly and another one for, I don't know if you have her yet, Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers is good.
I can't stand her.
Okay, thanks a lot, Pally. Have a great day. You bet. You're welcome. Joan Rivers is good, especially if you happen to channel surf and come across that shopping channel. She's always on there peddling something, man. She just, I don't know. And again, she's somebody I used to like a little bit, but then she's just too much.
Me too.
Go away, Joan. Take your money, take your jewelry, take your dead husband, and go away. Go away, Joan. Used to be really, she was funny in her time. About 100 years ago.
He killed himself.
Really? Oh, there's Wesley Clark. What's he saying?
It's up to $50,000 or less and 2 children or more, then you should put away your checkbook. You won't owe the government a dime in income taxes.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Now, how come he wasn't there yesterday in Iowa? Even Drew Lieberman, who's not participating in the Iowa caucuses, even he was there because he just won't shut up. He's the hatchet man. He's the guy that they've sent out there to go after and get Dean.
Mm-hmm.
The attack man. The attack dog.
The keel man.
Right, that's Drew Lieberman. Makes me sick. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, buddy?
Great, Pally.
Hey, how about River Phoenix?
How about him? He's still dead.
No. That's what you're talking about already. Hey, and go Bush.
Oh, excellent. What a good Quinella. 5670560. By the way, Celia will be over in a couple of hours for some guacamole. Celia Cruz was really Cuban.
Right, yeah.
Now, what about Carmen Miranda?
I don't know. Is that embarrassing?
With all that fruit on her head?
You'd think, right? But she might have been some kind of a South American.
I think she was like Brazilian, Carmen Miranda. Somebody will know. We'll have some
She's
stick out there.
Spanish,
We'll know.
so I don't think Brazilian, but...
Why, Brazilians speak Portuguese?
Si.
Really?
Yes.
I'll be damned. She sure knew her fruit. Kind of like Lynn Samuels, sure knew her fruit. WQAM.
Yes, Neil.
Yes, sir, right here.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How about Tom Arnold?
Tom Arnold's a good choice. I don't think he'll get a lot of votes, but he's got no talent.
Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and have a good day. 5670560, pound 560. How about Wayne Arnold? No, we like Wayne. Wayne's a good guy. He's had a problem or two here along the way. He's had a bumpy, rocky road, but he's a good man. In fact, maybe he'll bring you in some food. Don't forget when I'm there, no food, man.
No worries.
No food.
No problem.
Really?
Really?
Well, that's good. And keep Joe Costello out of there, too, because even if he just makes a cameo appearance, he always demands free food. I used to like Joe a lot better. 567, especially after that fax you sent me about him.
That was sad. I didn't know that.
I don't remember what the hell it was about, but it was something that turned us against him.
Warmongering.
Oh, yeah, warmongering Joe Costello that we thought was a pretty, had his head on screwed on straight. Well, maybe it's all them drugs that you keep peddling to him.
Hey, now.
Oh, that's right, you're giving to him. WQAM, hello.
Not really an actor, but he's a drug addict. Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, how come we don't have him on the list? Thank you, sir. I guess our Alzheimer's is kicking. How could we forget? Thank you. Well, how could we forget Rush? What is wrong with us?
Because he's on all these lists.
Yeah, but this is all encompassing. That's why I like this list today, because we've never done, we could have like the broadcaster or a TV person. We've never done one, the most overrated media celebrity of all time, which covers everybody. Everybody who's like somebody, like a big somebody, like a contender. Rush Limbaugh. I think it's beautiful that we waited till like almost the end and he called in to remind us. Because you'll see him rush right up that list. Believe me. Trust me when I tell you. If anybody can give that bitch a battle for her money. Well, there's Pete Rose again. You interested?
Biography that he did bet on the...
Hey, Pete, you're a scumbag, baby.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Yeah. Did I miss something?
It's Josh's fault.
Okay, well,
there you go. My bad.
Like I said, let's just dispense with it.
You bitch, you slut, you whore.
My name is Rosie O'Donnell. I know what I stand for. I own the name. I created it. I will always own the name. Whether or not you think that is a good name, a bad name, or what it connotates to you is your own conclusion.
Here's Rosie getting screwed. It is not a crime to have an attitude, but oh sweet Jesus, what a mouth she's got. Trashing her employees and not giving a squat. Though Rosie screams and yells, she cannot deny the fact. She signed the contract. This old mess, it is downright obscene. But why the hell did Rosie need a goofy magazine? Well, her TV show was hot and it was kicking ass. She even had movie star Tom Cruise cutting her grass. Oh, but it all went away, and now it's a horrible fight. Rosie's a bitch in the morning, and an even bigger one at night.
144 at 560. This is a great fact. It says, according to Nobel laureate in economics Joseph Stiglitz, the Bush administration is borrowing $1 billion a day plus interest just to keep this country afloat. All I can say is it's a damn shame we can't borrow the money from Rooms to Go. At least then the interest wouldn't start till June of 2006. And polls suggested Madonna, they say. How come we don't have Madonna on there?
We do now.
Do we now? Well, see, a lot of these that are, like you said, on all of the polls eventually, sooner or later we got around to them. I'm surprised Rush hasn't got any votes yet. Out of 600 and some odd, 58?
Wait till I get home.
Okay. Here's one that says, I can't believe that ugly Jennifer Lopez's name hasn't made the list yet. She's so disgusting, and her dumb boyfriend Ben Affleck, the real duck. Did we put him on there?
I did. I spelled it right, too.
And her?
Her.
All right, excellent.
All right.
Okay. Now, this other page, this bothers me. Jay Leno, I'll go along with that. No problem. No talent. Just a big chin. But Steve Allen? Yeah, I hope you didn't put Steve Allen on there.
Sure, I sent all of them.
Why? Steve Allen was the most overrated major celebrity of all time?
Some of us youngsters don't remember.
Get out of here. He was one of the great innovators of television with The Tonight Show and with his Sunday Night Show.
I'll take your word for it.
Just because he became senile and obnoxious and goody two-shoes there before his death, please.
See, that's all I remember.
Well, guess what? You're wrong. Bad move. Get him off of there, Eric. No Steve Allen, okay? If he got one vote, it would be like sacrilegious. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, what's up?
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, I'm looking for a, maybe you know a number of somebody that deals with 55 and older retirement condominium association. Maybe a lawyer or something. Name of a lawyer?
No. Call up my mother. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. What was that?
I don't know.
What was it? He's looking for a lawyer?
I think he thought he was reaching Bruce Williams.
I see. Oh, what's doing? What's doing?
Call a lawyer.
Is he still on the air somewhere?
I have no idea.
Oh, I sure hope not. WQM, the famous Line 9, not there. Oh, that's good news.
Oh!
That's a good move. Excellent. WQM, hello.
Neil, God.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil, I haven't had a chance to check the website. Did you have the story about the FBI demanding the room list from Las Vegas last weekend?
I don't even think I put it on there. I saw it. I read the story.
All right, so you know the basic facts about that. I just
Yeah.
sure that you had seen that. Okay, and also the other thing that you had talked about in the airports in Europe to do the retina scans and whatnot, the program is called Privium.
Right.
And you have to be a citizen of one of the EU countries, of course. I think there's about 12 or 13 countries on the list, and obviously U.S. citizens don't qualify.
Mm-hmm.
But it does do what you said. It involves both a retina scan, and they take those biometric measurements of your hand, those kinds of things.
Right.
And the combination of those two is literally foolproof. There's no way
like the caller said before, we should have been doing this for years. I mean, anybody can get a fake passport. It's easy as hell. In fact,
yeah, well, U.S. citizens. I'm sorry, Neil. U.S. citizens already can do that. With the INS pass, you can do that with just the biometric measurement of your hand. You still have to have your passport with you, but you're able to bypass the lines. But this actually does the retina as well, which is much more secure.
That's the way to go.
All right, so thanks, Neil.
Thank you. Have a great day. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. Mad Dog coming up at 2. The Bowmeister for Hank at 4. That's not a good way to start the new year, you know it?
No. Whatever.
Now, what does that mean, whatever? That's not good. Don't be saying it like that, whatever.
Well, I mean, the man's got to do what he's got to do.
He's got to do what he's got to do. He's got to stop eating, man. He's got to become like a half a load. Isn't that what they always say? A half a load is better than none? The toad and the half a load sounds like a winning combination to me.
And the nematode.
He's on before
Absolutely.
Either one of us. If you're planning on replacing your carpets because they don't look new anymore, thinking about having your carpet area, rugs, or drapery professionally cleaned, there's only one place to call. Call my good friends at Dry Concepts first, because they're simply the best in the business at bringing your carpets back to life. They've been doing it for me for over 20 years now in my house. Sanitize your home today using Dry Concepts certified trained technicians who know their stuff. They'll dry clean your carpets. Same idea as dry cleaning your clothing, leaving them vibrant in color, soft to the touch. Dry Concepts, the best in the business, set the standards for all others to follow. And don't forget, your rugs will be dry within 1 to 2 hours so you can clean today and literally entertain tonight. So call today and see how you can save 15% on your next carpet cleaning with Dry Concepts. Call them toll free at 1-800-248-5071. That's 1-800-248-5071. Like I always tell you, they're the best in the universe. Why trust your carpets to anybody else? And they give you a written guaranteed price up front before they start the job. Or you can find out more info about them on their website at dryconcepts.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Language I hear on TV. Every other word is an obscenity. It used to be the cable was a whole lot worse, but now the networks let their actors curse. There's no end in sight to this insanity. All the dialogue contains profanity. Swearing like a sailor on a 3-day pass. Words a whole lot worse than ass. F-bomb, F-bomb, how long will it be before they drop the F-bomb on network TV? F-bomb, F-bomb, there's no telling when they'll drop one on the UPN.
All right. I can't wait myself. 152 at 560 WQM. We never got to this DNA test thing.
No, we did not.
That's because you didn't remind me.
Hey, don't forget that Michael Jackson DNA test thing.
In the Examiner, it says DNA test to prove once and for all if Michael Jackson is the real father of his 3 children may be demanded as a result of child molestation charges against him, say sources. You know those sources?
No.
They say it. The explosive development in the child molestation case would end speculation that has swirled around the pop king for years that his 2 sons and 1 daughter were conceived by sperm donors.
Squirt, squirt.
If Michael is found guilty and sentenced to jail, he may have to give up custody of the kids, a source close to the investigation tells the Examiner. If that happens, whether or not he's the biological father will be an important factor in deciding where they will go. And investigators have another compelling reason to test the kids' DNA. If it's discovered that Michael's been lying about being their father, prosecutors will dig even deeper to find out what else the singer's been hiding. Michael's pals are concerned that a DNA test will prove there is no blood link between Jackson and his 3 kids, says a Jackson family insider. I think he's claimed the kids are his because it makes him look good in the eyes of his fans, but when you see Michael's kids, it seems obvious that he's not the father. That's why he makes them wear veils. It's clear to me that these kids are white, not biracial. Maybe they got like a early dye job, bleach job.
Or they got that illness that he's supposed to have had.
Oh, yeah, right. Michael insists his 2 older children, son Prince Michael 1, 6, and daughter Paris 5, were conceived naturally with second wife Debbie Rowe, formerly an assistant in the medical office of Michael's plastic surgeon. But mysteriously, Debbie handed them over to Michael right after their births and doesn't have anything to do with the children she brought into the world. I had them because I wanted Michael to be a father, Debbie said. I didn't do it to be a mother. The circumstances surrounding the star's third child, 21-month-old Prince Michael the Tooth, the son Michael calls Blanket, are even more mind-boggling. And Michael's behavior with the baby has already sparked an outcry among professionals who fear he's an unfit father. No kidding. First he said the boy was conceived during a relationship with his anonymous mother. Then he changed the story, saying he'd never met the child's mother and that he donated sperm to make her a surrogate mom. The conflicting accounts cast suspicion on Michael, and experts say they could be used against him if he stands trial for molestation. Meanwhile, social workers are desperately trying to talk to the 2 older kids to evaluate their well-being in the aftermath of the charge against Michael 45. Ready for that? And it goes on, and on, and on. And assholes continue buying his records and watching them on. You watched the special on Friday night on CBS?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
And I thought
it's a joke. It's just a joke.
Okay.
Anybody watch the Michael Jackson special on CBS? Because if you did, we got something for you. It's got your name on it. I mean, there's no shame anymore. In other words, if they can drum up some ratings for, or just like the interview on 60 Minutes. Here is a show that is always, week in and week out for the last 100 years, always in the top 5 or 10 in viewing. 60 Minutes. Legendary. Right?
Right.
And they don't care. Whether they paid him the $1 million or not is almost insignificant. The fact that they would put him on there to spew a bunch of crap and make up that story about being abused by the cops and just again to spew propaganda and put a spin on it is pathetic. Here's the poll as it is now. I bet you we got close to 700 votes on there. 682, you see? I think they're doing it just in case.
If we get 700, then I get credit for tomorrow.
What do you mean by that?
Because you said tomorrow we were going to do 700. So tomorrow's already done.
No, I said tomorrow 666.
Oh, that's right. So we're already done.
Well, listen, we have to ease. You don't think the whole audience is back here today, do you? Just because people are coming back from vacation? The first day? Is line 1 fixed yet? Huh?
Please.
Take a look around you. Is the entire staff there today? Are they all present and accounted for? You seen Greg yet?
Not today.
No. See him on Friday?
He might have been here, yeah, actually.
You seen him on Friday?
I'm not sure.
The Greg Reedmeister? I think you're dreaming,
smoke
man.
in between now and then.
Too many mushrooms. Here's that poll question. Who is the most overrated major celebrity of all time? Oprah Winfrey, 147. Barbara Streisand, 72. Dr. Phil tied with Celia Cruz, 50 apiece. Jimmy Dean, 43. Oh, that's right, you can't say Jimmy Dean. There is a Jimmy Dean. Making that Jew food. James Dean, 43. Frank Sinatra, 27. Elvis Presley, 23. Dick Clark, 22 people can't stand Dick. Andy Kaufman, 16, and it just changed again. I hate it. And it's changing very slowly, too. Woody Allen, 16. Larry King, 16. Jerry Lewis, 16. Jim Carrey, 13. Wayne Newton's starting to make a move. Look out for Wayne. He's moving it. He's got 12. Gloria Estefan, 12. Jerry Seinfeld, 11. Sly Stallone, 11. Howard Stern, 11. And Britney Spears, 10. Everybody else small potatoes in single digits. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, looking for Neil.
Speaking.
Good afternoon, sir. How's everything?
Everything is great. Sensational.
One for your poll. Kirk Douglas, would that qualify?
Kirk Douglas, you thought he couldn't act his way out of a paper sack?
Nope.
Okay.
Not at all. Hey, I was one other quick thing. I was pulling out of my neighborhood the other day, and you will not believe it. There's the hugest, largest billboard of good old hypocritical Rush, and it states Rush is right. I can't believe they would.
Oh, yeah, far right. Far right.
Exactly.
They left the far out. Okay, thanks a lot, Pally.
Have a good
great
day, sir.
You too. Let's see. Ray faxes and says, applying my meager law knowledge to Michael Jackson, the new law that California passed probably will not apply to him. A new law can't be passed to convict on a past deed that was not a crime when it was committed. Also, past crimes are not always allowed into evidence for a new trial, unless, of course, it's on Fox News, your terrorist alert, fair and balanced station. It says, do you understand, my Mick Kraut friend? P.S. You're right about The Godfather. Gripping, have to watch it, always a first choice. More stories, not less. It keeps me up to date with the world, says Ray. George is at his best when he talks about religion and politics. Talk about religion and politics, George.
No.
When you're on the rest of the week.
Religion anyway.
Are you going to start with that religion crap again, you heathen bastard?
Oh, God.
What the hell's wrong with you? You better start mending your fences with the Lord, man.
I'm in lockstep with the Lord.
You better watch mend your evil ways.
I just spoke to him. I'm doing everything right.
And what did he say?
He said, "Good job, boy."
Oh. Anyway, we got the Mad Dog coming up next. You know, this was like a trial today. You know, it was like a dry run, kind of.
Yeah, dry hump.
Yeah. And maybe tomorrow when we come back, we'll do like a real show, or maybe not. Maybe we'll just keep trying it for a few
Wednesday
days.
we could do dry hump day.
That sounds good to me. We got the Bullmeister at Chula's for the Humper 4 to 7 this afternoon. Get better soon, Humper. Get that load going.
Bye, bye, bye. The Neil Rogers Show on 516 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Cunnilingus and psychiatry brought us to this.